No, man, you got to do
for
that.
you, brother. Yes,
Thank you,
for you. Yes,
for Christmas or something, you got to bring them bitches back. Christmas or
where you spend Christmas normally? You come back to Louisiana?
Yeah,
family stuff.
Yeah, every time. My family still lives over in Mandeville.
No, do they?
Big Mandeville.
So was it Covington or Mandeville?
I grew up in Covington and I moved over to Mandeville.
I got you. Where at?
Should we save this? This stuff we want to save.
This part of the chat? We are?
Oh, we are? Yep. Roll it up, baby.
Yeah, I grew up in Covington, down by Lee Road or whatever. By this dude.
Yeah.
It was down there.
Lee Road boys.
Oh, bro.
Woo.
A lot of people, dude. A lot of homemade tattoos, body work.
Yeah. They'll handle business and they'll bury you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude, they got kind of BYO chiropractor shit going on, like that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shit, they'll hook a winch to your leg and try to, like a truck, you know.
My dad was in jail.
Like they pulling you out the mud, they'll try to fix your hip like that.
My dad was in jail with a Lee Road boy, and it was his roommate, and I got it. He took care of him, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like he knew the ropes. He took care of him, but. It's Blair. You remember Blair? Did you ever meet Blair?
Oh, yeah.
I did flooring with him and shit when we first started.
Laying tile down?
Yeah.
Big Xanax?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, flooring is a gateway drug, I feel like, huh?
Bro.
How is that?
I went to that job sober
in
one
Louisiana,
day.
it fucking is. That's
I went
for
to
sure.
that job sober for one day just because I didn't have shit, bro, and I was assed out. So I went there sober for one day, and by lunchtime, I was willing to suck some dick for something.
Hey, bro. Yeah.
Straight
Some
up.
female dick, let's say that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Some 2024 dick.
Yeah.
My friend had a joke of like how people in Louisiana, like blue collar guys, workers, they'll like verbally express their resume to you to hire them, but their resume is like, oh, I don't do pills no more. I do good work, like whatever. And that's like, that's how they get the job.
I'd rather hire if you do pills. They do better work.
90-degree angles only, bro. One dude told me once. I'm like, well, yeah, that's what we expect.
When I was off that shit, bro, I was on it, bro.
Really?
Employee of the month.
Depends on which specific one it was.
Oh, yeah.
When I was managing a restaurant, Xanax was not my friend. I'd let them do whatever they wanted.
I think that's where me and you differ. They were all my friends.
Really?
Some were better friends than others.
Well, if you want to.
I mean, who was a better or I don't know if there's a term for better drug user. I wasn't good at it. I was too sensitive with drugs.
Scott and I were both way too good at it.
He started young. I
started young.
I started young, and then basically by 16, I had my first pain pill. I was drinking before that, and every time I drank, I blacked out. Like, you know what I'm talking about. I couldn't help it.
So you would do it every time?
Oh, yeah, every time. It wasn't like
Scott was balls to the wall every time.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
I had no control whatsoever. But I took my first pain pill at 16, and then from then, I was like, fuck, I want to feel like this every day. Like, I get it now. Because I grew up, the way I grew up, I hated all that shit from just growing up how I did. And I was like, I'm never going to touch any of that shit. And I didn't for a long time until I did. And then once I did, you know, it's like I get it.
Yeah.
I get it now. I get why. So from 16 on to 2019, every day. Yeah, it was every day, balls to the wall. It started with pain pills, went to stronger pain pills, went to heroin. Then the worst it got was toward the end where I was just speedballing all day, like 20 Adderall a day,
and
20 Xanax a day to calm me down from that.
That's the Louisiana speedball.
Yeah. And then, whatever, opiates we can get, fentanyl patches, whatever, dude.
Oh, yeah. People will do pickleback heroin in Louisiana, bro. People will be like, what are you doing, bro?
Shit, that drug's always been super prevalent down here, especially in New Orleans, you know?
Yeah.
What about your first, do you remember taking your first pain pill ever or no?
I do.
Wow.
I had surgery when I was 13. I had two screws put in my ankles for a skateboarding injury that I got into when I was 13, and they did surgery, and then I was prescribed Vicodin, and I would just like lay in my bed. The Vicodin pill bottle would be like above on my headboard, and like every few hours I was supposed to take one, and I got hooked. And after I got recovered and I started like being a teenager and being social and all that stuff, that's what I wanted to find was painkillers.
Oh yeah, I remember once I took a couple somas, bro, and I felt like I didn't have any arms for almost half a day.
Well, like the Trinity is supposed to be
the Trinity.
A Percocet, a Soma, and a Xanax. You ever seen the Pharmacist, that like documentary on Netflix? That's all like
pill
Chalmette
mills back
shit,
here.
like,
Yeah, that's y'all. Yeah,
Back
pill
in the
mills.
day.
Yeah,
that was the thing, bro. It was like 200 lower tabs, 180 Xanax, and 120 Soma. That was like the Trinity that they prescribed to everyone.
yeah. Oh, I remember they busted a mall Santa in Terrytown with like 100 somas on them or something.
Shout out Big Terrytown.
Yeah, bro.
A town full of so many Terrys, they named it after them. It's crazy.
Hey, bro. Hey, Terry will get your flooring, bro. Some dudes, they was so fucked up, they put flooring on the ceiling, bro. You're like, damn, bro, this dude put flooring on everything, bro.
Oh my God, dude.
They'll floor your yard in Louisiana, bro. They don't give a fuck, dude. They'll floor a baby crib. They'll floor it down, bro.
New tile for
They'll
the baby
floor
crib.
your grandfather, bro. You leave him sitting around
The
long enough.
mausoleum's got new tile.
Yeah, fucking right.
That's crazy.
You guys, that's crazy. You remember your first pain pill.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy to think of how strong they are and how powerful they are, that's like a core memory.
Bro, it's like a very euphoric, like, it's like almost like a coming to Jesus moment. Like, it's like this.
Mine happened in a different situation. My papa had passed away when I was 16, and he was like my dad. Me and him were super tight. I love that man. And when he passed away, I came across a pain pill.
Coping with the sadness.
Yeah, and at that point, I was just like, like this is too painful. I can't deal with this. Fuck it. And he had his funeral that day, and for me, it had the opposite effect. Like I didn't get sick. I didn't get tired. I felt like great.
That they get sick.
I know. I felt euphoric. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I was running around the funeral home. I gave a eulogy. Everybody standing and giving.
Bro, you'll give a goddamn Emancipation Proclamation.
He only look. I will say to this day, I've heard it's the only eulogy with a trap beat behind it. Bro. So I am saying that's the rumor going around.
DJ Scram with that eulogy.
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So do you think you would have been able to get that eulogy if you weren't on the pills?
No.
Wow. So that's.
I was too hurt.
I wonder if that's how. Like, I wonder if that. Was that like the first time you ever like kind of spoke like that?
It was the first time in my life that I was comfortable in my skin. That I felt like my whole life, I like there was something off. Like I didn't belong here. You know what I'm saying? Like I could never be comfortable in my own skin. That was the first time where that happened to me. I felt good. I didn't have a care in the world. And I was like, I made it a point. I told myself, I remember, I'm gonna feel like this every day for the rest of my life, and I that's what I set out to do from the time I woke up to the time I went to sleep, and that's.
So how does music even get started then by you guys if y'all are already?
Well,
it's hard to get a pillhead to finish painting the baseboards, dude.
I'm probably the most productive.
If you hold pills above their head, you can get them to do anything you want. Anything you want, they'll do it. And I don't know.
Our paths started differently.
Yeah, and it wasn't like we were so fucked in the beginning. Like it was very much a fun thing, and we were ignorant and thinking like that story that you hear about death in jail, that's not going to happen to us because we're smarter than that. We know how to do this the right way. But give it 10 years and we're at that point.
Yeah, yeah.
So the music always came first. It was never drugs first. The music was always first, and then at some point it kind of the lines got blurred a little bit, but.
Yeah, so then who starts the music first, man? Because one thing that's crazy about you guys' music, I was listening to so much of it over the past month, trying to like decipher, like, okay, is there certain beat, like, where did some of the sounds come from? Like little things. Sometimes I hear a little bit of like Bone Thugs, maybe I would hear.
We used to get that so much when we first started.
Yeah. Did you really?
We used to get compared to Bone Thugs all the time.
But then sometimes I would be watching, I would almost think of that movie Gummo or something a little bit. Did you ever see that movie?
I've never seen Gummo. He's seen a lot of movies.
It's super artistic and like bizarre.
It's very bizarre.
And kind of like off violent, kind of like, yeah, I mean, even just looking at that picture.
It's disturbing. Like it's a disturbing movie.
And I was like, this shit, it's like, it feels, it's music, but it feels like a disturbance. that's what you guys start, like some of y'all stuff feels like that to me.
Yeah.
Like I want to disturb shit.
Yeah, we want to disturb shit. We want to make people feel weird. We want to make people feel, I don't know, at first we were super edgy, like just saying crazy shit just to see reactions out of people.
Going for the shock factor.
Shock value, all that thing.
Yeah.
And then
Well, you must have liked that. Like there's a thing that you know what I'm saying? Like
I just
So
like,
for me-
I like pressing buttons.
Yeah. For me, I grew up on like 3-6. That was my biggest influence in
Which is like the
old
spine
Memphis.
of suicide.
Yeah, like old Memphis music from like the 90s. And my uncle put me on that when I was like 8 years old, and I just got obsessed. But other than that, I came from more of like a trap music background, like trap house, dope deal, and
that type of shit.
yeah,
Chief Keef.
all that shit. And then
see.
him from the punk background.
Mhm. And like hip hop. I was on the hip hop tip.
Yeah.
I was like an old head at like 25 years old.
Yeah.
You know, I was bringing
hating.
like boom bap. I was like, this isn't philosophical enough for me.
Yeah,
Like,
hating. Yeah.
And then
That's where we differ also.
but he made me realize that I was taking myself way too seriously as far as like my taste in music goes.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people from New Orleans have like this elitist taste in music because, you know, the city's pretty like, you know, there's music everywhere, every day, every night, there's music all over the place. So I think growing up here, you kind of like, at least I did, develop this elite taste, and he's the one that kind of knocked me down a couple pegs. And I realized, some music is just fun.
Right.
It doesn't all have to be so serious, like with a message and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the vibe I get from like, and even getting go to one of y'all's shows, like just like there's this legion of people that want to just have this experience.
Yeah.
You know, they want to be in this like disturbing moment, you know, like they like the song, but it's almost like they're anthems too to them.
Yeah.
That's
to
a good
feelings
word.
that they
That's a
have.
good word.
kinda.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Man, that's a good
man.
way to put it, bro.
Dude, it's a lot of these kids are like misfits and outcasts and
Mm-hmm.
weirdos, and like he said, never felt comfortable in his own skin. I can relate to that very well, you know, myself. So I think we provide a place for these kids to feel like they're surrounded by their people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they come and
A
they
community.
and it's like this emotional, like, they can like get their emotions out by getting in the pit or yelling lyrics, or like, you know, maybe you'll meet a girl there. You might meet your best friend there. I always like to think that after these shows, like these kids stay in touch and like, it's like whole community forms.
They do. I've seen it. They do. And I think they share a connection with us, which
for sure.
I love, because I don't ever want them to look at us as, I want us to be humanized to them.
For sure.
Oh, it felt
If
like
that-
it, dude. When
you
I
know
was
what
there,
I'm
I
saying?
remember even going from backstage and being around the people that the night I was there, I think you guys had Shakewell.
Nashville?
Yeah, Nashville.
Yeah.
And who else?
what year
Tall
was
black
that?
dude.
Germ,
Night
Nye Lavelle was there.
Yep.
Shakewell, Cheddar
Cheddar was there.
We had Turnstile.
Boy, no, not that.
Puya?
Puyo, no, not, and
He
he wasn't
wasn't
there. Yeah, Cheddar was there, but I remember from even just the people that were backstage to the people working with y'all to the crowd, I couldn't tell the difference between who the fuck was who anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I accused 7 of people of being damn Shakewell and Cheddar.
Yeah.
Dude, I met 2 girls that look like Cheddar. And look, Cheddar's a handsome guy.
Hey, he's a good looking dude,
And
right?
they were pretty girls. I'm just saying, it was like, I'm just saying that it feel like all the same people. It just feels like, it doesn't feel like there's
It's uniform. It's like, yeah.
it doesn't feel like you guys are in like a superior place.
I don't ever want anyone to feel like I think I'm better than them. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that at all. I never want to be looked at as if I like punch down or anything. Like, I hope I would never put myself out there to be looked at in that light, because I don't feel like I'm better than even the people that come to the show. Dude, I don't feel like I'm better than any of them. The people that are helping us at the shows and working and putting the sets together and
I mean, we
security.
thank them every night. We thank the security and then the venue workers, because it's true. Without them, you know, it takes a lot of people to throw a show and to throw a tour. And it's not just all about the glitz and the glamour, because people know our names and our faces. You know, a lot of people put hard work into this. And, you know, Scott and I have been able to remain humble throughout all of this. And we love meeting the fans and talking with them, but we do have our boundaries. And we've never been a dick to the fans, except if they deserved it. You know, I use that word loosely, but kind of crossing that boundaries and posing on our personal space a little too much to where we have to say something.
Yeah, sometimes you also have to have.
I got into it with a commie in my comments the other day, like shit like that.
A communist guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He said he was going to come take all my shit. So
Come over, right?
I had to let him know. Come
distribute it.
Come try it. Yeah.
But dude, to take all somebody's shit, that would take 2 or 3 days, bro. You can't.
He told me I was outnumbered. So
I don't know. He had an ex-girl. I'm sorry, this is too much, but he had an ex-girl take all his shit out of his house in a couple of days. That was possible.
Oh yeah,
so.
it's possible. It's possible. I was in
for
rehab
TV
with a bag of underwear, some shirts from H&M that Kyle bought me for rehab, and like fucking 10 grand left to my name, which sounds like a lot to some people, but I mean, at the time, bro, I had like $1 million house and what, $1 million, you would say, and that's what I was down to. So
Wow. Yeah, dude. Well, it's funny because sometimes when you go to rehab and shit, people will pack a bag, and the most thing they put in there the most, bro, underpants, bro. They're like, it's almost like it's important, but it's like, bro, at least help me.
I was like, I'll figure the rest out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You'll see somebody in rehab wearing like underpants as a shirt.
Oh, bro, I went to like Target before I went to rehab and just bought all cozy, comfortable clothes. I didn't give a shit. Like,
Ruby's in a bunch of onesies. Relax.
That is something he would do.
I mean, you can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. You don't have a phone. So what's the point in like trying to dress to impress? Like,
Ruby's got one of those portable fireplaces he got going on. Dude.
Well, they had Roku's in the rehab.
So when you guys first start putting the tunes together, then how does that kind of happen? I mean, I know there's a lot of lore out there, but I just want my fan base to know too, man, that, you guys are out of Louisiana. You guys have created this universe that's really super unique, man. Like you guys' thing is, it's its own thing.
Thank you, bro.
It's its own fan base. It's its own. I never know who will be a Suicide Boys fan.
That's actually
fucking
a good
weird,
point.
bro.
It trips me out
strange.
too, bro. I don't think we haven't gotten used to any of this either, bro.
No.
Like even coming here today, it was like really nerve wracking. We're really introverted. But as far as the music, I mean, when you say like, how does it get created? Are you talking about like from a creative standpoint when we get together and actually make the song, or like how did we get together and get to this point?
You mean like the origin or like?
Yeah, I know you guys are cousins, right?
Yeah.
I know you guys have that family. I mean, I even think that you guys look alike. People tell you that a lot.
Our moms are sisters.
Oh, yeah?
He looks kind of like my brother, but I don't think we've ever gotten compared.
No.
Us personally.
Maybe when we were younger.
Yeah.
When we were younger.
But it's just it's a kind of wildest sound or feeling or thing to come out of New Orleans. It's really interesting because you wouldn't think it. If you played you guys music for people from, and they were like, where do you think this came out of? I don't know if they would say New Orleans.
Right.
I don't know if they wouldn't.
Right.
I agree.
But it's just what you guys have is so unique. It's not mainstream. It's your own thing. It's huge. I mean, you guys you guys are playing arenas. It's like it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It is,
and it's kind of it's all you. It's all you and your fans' thing, right? That's what I think feels like it's y'all's thing. I almost feel like an outsider even getting to spend time with you in a way, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you and I are close, and I'm grateful to we're both from Louisiana, but and so I'm grateful for it, but still I know that that's y'all's world, right? And so I guess what I'm asking, like how does that first thing start to kick off, and how do you know you're making something that you feel brave enough to put out there? Or were you just kind of...
So he started off like he used to rap, and you were in a lot of bands growing up. My path was different. I started off DJing when I was 13. I was listening to Q93, Q93.
Oh yeah.
And
bro.
DJ Rowe was on there, and he was it was the first time I ever heard someone blend two songs together, and it tripped me out. So my parents got me like this little $100 DJ setup for Christmas. And I started from there. About fast forward, I'm DJing parties, all that, throughout high school. And
that was some fire, huh?
Friday, it went down. It went down. Kyle knows it went down.
People needed you then, bro.
We had some good times, bro. It was wild. Legendary times. And then 19, fast forward, I'm about 19, and that's when I got into producing and engineering, like recording people and mixing. I never really wanted to rap. I would do it for fun, but I thought it was whack to be white and be a rapper. I didn't see too many out there that pulled it off good.
Yeah, you got to really know you can do it.
Yeah, so I was like, I always felt like my place was more behind the scenes. And then I made a couple mixtapes for fun, while on like my off days when I was working at the furniture store. He reaches back out.
He was selling furniture, bro.
Wine or quart?
Slanging used furniture at that. Yeah, bro.
Who was it for, bro? What furniture?
Wine or quart furniture.
Yeah, wine or
there
quart,
in
bro.
Jefferson.
Yeah.
Dude, I rented some shit for fucking wine and quart one time. Yeah. During Katrina, I had an apartment or something, and we put some furniture in there, some wine and quart, bro. And somebody, some dude stole, like, we had 3 ottomans in that bitch, bro. Some dude took just the ottomans. That was a crazy thing, you know? You don't see a lot of just solely ottoman theft.
Yeah, no.
I don't.
Usually
don't.
can take the love seat, bro. Because who's going to lay on the floor and just put their feet up?
He must have been desperate, bro.
So that guy's a real adventure guy.
Yeah, I like it. I like his style. I wouldn't even be mad at him. You know what I'm saying? If you're just taking an ottoman, I ain't even.
So when people came in the door, you would show them the furniture?
Oh, yeah, bro.
Oh, my God. If I could, fuck it, that would be my dream, dude, if I showed up and you got to show me furniture.
I had the fade back then. My face had to be shaved. I had to wear makeup on my hands at one point because I got my hands tattooed, which ultimately got me fired. But I worked there for like 3 years. And then we were like, we would keep in touch with each other. He would hit me up and I think it was around, it was when I got fired. I don't know if you had just graduated from Loyola, but he wanted to come and film a music video for one of my songs, which I thought he was trolling me the whole time. You know, like I was
said no the first time.
Yeah, he's fucking with me. But
I said no.
He's the one that convinced me. He's like, nah, you're actually pretty good at rapping, bro. You should take this serious. And then from there, that's how we linked up. We did that video. And then G59 came about because that was like our little clique back in like high school and even a little bit after high school. We thought we were thugs, bro. We thought we were gangsters and shit. And, it was everybody on the east side of Highway 59, and our color was gray. We thought we were banging and shit. We thought we were bad. And a lot of those guys either died from drug overdoses or got in trouble or some shit. So, but we kept the name alive by, like, we got together. We're like, all right, you know, let's.
The name was already there.
Yeah.
Why not make it
He was, Adi was the one that pointed that out. Like, let's roll with this.
Well, I just thought G59, Great 59 was a hard ass fucking name, and he was already repping it. So I figured we linked up. Why not just run with that?
Yeah.
You know.
Anything I missed? Like,
I was actually gonna say
besides your side.
No. I was gonna say it's funny because when he started making beats back in like 2008, 2009, he bought a MacBook, started making beats, and around that time I was getting really into like hip hop and currency and stuff, like being from down here.
Yeah.
And he was telling me he was making beats, and I was like, yo, can you show me how you do this? Like, I would be interested in learning. He's like, yeah, I got you. And he's like, show me how he does it. And he taught me how to make beats. And it's just so funny that now we're still doing the same shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it just kind of evolved from there, and then you start putting on shows locally?
Yeah, we would book shows on like in the North Shore and Baton Rouge or whatever. Because, all right, let me be real with you. We knew no one was going to come.
Yeah.
No one knew who the fuck we were. We were just starting out.
Dude.
So we didn't expect anybody to come, and we would use those live shows as practice to see what is going to work, what's not going to work, the things we can do to fuck with the crowd and all that stuff. And at first,
we did a lot of open mics too.
A lot of open mics.
Wow.
We actually
open
won
mic
one of them.
Performing or just as comedy? No, as music.
It was music. It was like bands and rappers.
To win like
$1,000.
Right. Win $1,000 unlimited oysters.
And on our third time we did it, we won.
We won it. We just took all that money and bought T-shirts, like blanks, and then we just printed all our own T-shirts. And we would literally text people like, want to buy one? And then Scott would like drive it to them and deliver it.
Yeah.
Bro, that's still what you guys, this whole thing feels like to me. It doesn't feel small like that, but it feels like that.
Well, dude.
Because I'll see like fonts and things, and it's like, I don't understand it because I haven't known the music from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, this is their world, but it's just beloved in that space, you know?
Yeah. And it's interesting that you say that because, fuck, what did you just say? Remind me what you just said.
About
Yeah, you would drive over the delivery. That's a little
right. So it is in a way,
like
dude,
it still feels the same as like
it is the same.
Our roots.
You know, obviously we're not driving T-shirts to people anymore, but Scott and I are still very much involved, very hands-on, and I think we fucking care, dude. Like this is our baby, and we love it, and it's loved us back, and we want to take care of it. And distancing ourselves from it because we've gained money and egos is not really something that we're interested in doing.
No,
and we're very aware of that too. You know.
Yeah, this shit has saved our lives, bro. I don't know any other force or consequence that might have been powerful enough to make us even consider to go get help and get clean. You know what I'm saying? Because we had something to live for. We had something to lose.
Yeah.
And not just the business, not just the label, but each other.
Yeah, it's bigger than us, dude.
You know?
I mean, we employ people, and
It's way
know.
bigger than me, him, and it's bigger than any of us.
I
bro.
think that's something like he just said that we tell ourselves constantly to just keep ourselves down to earth, and because it's easy, dude, to be successful and get caught up in yourself. It's easy because it's if anything, you have to fight that shit off. You know what I mean?
I'm sure you know, bro.
Well, it's
you
a
know.
battle I've dealt with, and some days I win, some days I lose.
For sure.
Over time, it's gotten better. Yeah, and especially if you're hands-on, used to doing things, and that becomes a part of because you want everything to be perfect. Learning to let other people help you. And then your ego can build without you even noticing it.
Oh yeah.
You think like, oh, I'm just proud of myself, but that 95% of that cup could be ego. So
bro.
it's interesting, man.
It is.
I think it's funny you say that though, Scott, like about the something saving you. Yeah, there's a lot of times where if I didn't have to I'm like, there's some temptation that'll happen the night before, and I'm like, I got a podcast tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or I have a show to do, or I have some responsibility. I got to get an edit from my producers, or one of them's waiting on an email from me or something, or I'm waiting from them, and it keeps me going.
Yeah, bro. I would have been, for a long time, I would argue that drugs kept me alive. Because I didn't know how to live in this world. I didn't want to live in this world at all. But at the same time, didn't quite have the balls to take myself out.
It's a scary thing.
So I'd say that drugs kept me alive for a long time. I mean,
What made you in so much pain, you think? Like, what was the tough part for you, you think?
Well, I think it was a mixture, dude. I think it was, like I said, just being born. Like I just feeling out of place, like always, like something wasn't right.
Which is like a common theme with addicts.
Yeah.
I think I'm a large in the worlds of fucking media, but some of the worlds of 7XL.
Exactly.
Bro.
I'm wandering around in my own shirt. I'm trying to find a neck hole, bro.
So I think and they've done a lot of work on this, and they know it's like genetics. I won't get into all that, but part of that, and I think also the way I grew up, and when I say this, dude, I love everyone in my family. I'll go above and beyond for any one of them, but everybody was doing the best they could with what they knew how to do. But it was still tough. It was some tough shit to grow up in. So that didn't help. But I'll tell you the biggest thing, and I'll shut up. That way I don't get too overwinded with this, because I have a tendency to do that. But I always thought like this thing, like, okay, the drugs are not working anymore. They're not doing it for me. But this thing's going to do it for me. Once we get to that place, whatever that place is in my head, whenever I get that thing, that's going to do it for me. And then I got really suicidal when we got there, wherever there is.
And nothing changed.
And nothing changed. Now I feel worse. Because if this don't work, what's going to do it? And that's when I really started to spiral. And for me, and I'll end it with this, the answer for me has been getting involved in the 12-step programs. And it's been more of a spiritual answer rather than the material,
Yeah, man. I remember I was in my garage. It was like probably 2 years ago, man. I was bawling, talking to my brother on the phone. I was like, nothing will save me. It was like I got people that like me. I thought that's what was my problem.
Same.
If enough people like me, I'll like me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
And one day I was
makes
just
me
like,
emotional.
It's ass backwards because you have to like yourself first, and then the other stuff comes.
But it's crazy to think, man.
Was that video. And then from there, I watched that video, and you inspired me, bro, and you gave me hope. And then that's when I did a deep dive on you. Started watching all like your greatest hits and highlights and shit, laughing my ass off. But
that's funny, bro.
That's how I came to know you. But yeah, before we even knew each other, bro, you gave me a little bump when I needed it too with that video.
Gang, man. Thanks, bro. Yeah, it's crazy kind of, I think, the connection that people get going through, like if they're using or if they're recovering. It's like on both sides of that, it seems like there's probably a lot of connection. You guys could probably speak to that, huh? You think?
What you mean?
like even on the using side, there's like a level of connection that keeps people.
Oh yeah. I mean, that'll keep you in the act of addiction by, you kind of almost. When I was buying pills and shit and snorting Roxys, I never wanted to do them alone. And so I would share with everybody, and I was making money so I could buy a bunch, and I would share with people that were my friends that didn't make as much money, and they were happy to get free pills. And I could like be in my dark shit, but not alone. And I think a lot of addicts are chasing loneliness. They're having trouble with self-acceptance. And I think finding your little group of like similar drugs that you want to do together definitely makes you feel like you're safe and at home.
Yeah.
And then the exact opposite happens when you get off of them too. You find your people that want to stay away from that shit, and it kind of strengthens your little community that you're in. You know?
Yeah.
What were some of the what have been some of the highlights? I mean, because you guys have a success that I think like a lot of people don't really know it in a lot of ways. A lot of people do, but y'all aren't a mainstream thing.
Yeah, it's
like, is that offensive to say? It doesn't
No,
feel
not
offensive,
at
right?
all.
If anything, I kind of take offense to the opposite, that people do consider us mainstream, and I don't think we are. We are in maybe how popular we are or how many people listen to us, but you're not going to see
people like
us.
to gatekeep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
especially our fan base.
Yeah,
they love
like
to gatekeep.
What does that mean when people say gatekeep?
They feel like it's their thing.
Oh, bet.
You have to deserve to be our fan.
Yeah,
It
You have
feels
to-
like that though.
yeah.
Every fan that we meet, whether it's like we're just out and about and we run into somebody that recognizes us, ask him, and I bet you he'll back me up. 10 times out of 10, they tell me that they've listened to us since 2015.
Yeah.
Or they'll say, I've been listening to you guys since y'all started. I've been a fan since 2012.
Or since
or
I was
they'll
in
lie.
7th grade, and now they're 20 something.
Yeah, exactly. But the 2015 thing is funny.
Some of them still in 7th grade too, bro. Depending on what parish they from, bro. No disrespect, dude. Hey, bro. I did 5th twice, homie.
Yeah.
We've been in there, bro. We've all done a little sentence, man.
No, but that
It is. It's their world. That's why I even like with talking with you guys, it feels, since I wasn't there from the beginning, you don't feel a little bit of, you're like, oh, this is their thing. Even when I meet y'all's fans, it feels like that.
Yeah.
It feels like they're people that have feelings and they've been through something. That's what it kind of feels like. Y'all's shows are real interesting, man, because it's such a it's such a kickoff, and then it's almost like running downfield the whole show. It just feels like
that's a good way to.
It's intense, man. And the crowd gets going. I mean, there's a lot going on. You got the people up by the front, just like almost like it's like a big lung up there.
Yeah.
They're just kind of like
He taught me
vibrating.
this early on, man. Like we were doing a show. We were about to do a show in New York, and only 3 people were showing up. And me and some other rappers were like, "Fuck this, we ain't doing this." And he taught me a lesson early. He's like, "Bro, it doesn't matter if one person shows up or thousands. Like you give that person a show." And ever since then, I've ran with that, And it's like anytime I'm out there,
You
like
did take to that.
yeah,
super well.
if these people are paying to come watch me perform, then the last thing I want to do is just sit there, Like I want
in your own self, yeah.
and just like be still. I don't know if that makes sense, but I want to go out there and give them energy, like give them everything I got.
And like I said, dude, worst case scenario, one person showed up, it's a fucking practice. Like you keep you don't get rusty, you keep it going because we'll tour once a year, really 2-3 months at the end of the year. And the first few shows we do, it's we kind of like forget what to say, or we'll forget certain lyrics. We're like, fuck, dude, we've done this for 10 years. How are we forgetting this shit? But you have to get back in the groove.
Yeah, you got to get back in the groove, man.
Yeah.
So you guys, now there's a new album coming out. What is it like to like evolve? Like, is it scary to evolve? I think about it even like in comedy and stuff. I'm like, what the heck? Like, some of your like
good question.
people that listen to you, they listen to you at a certain age, but they're getting older too.
Yeah.
Some of them are all different ages. So how do you try and apply to everybody?
I'm really glad you asked this.
That's a great question.
And how do you try to also apply to yourself at the same time?
So we might have 2 different.
I think it'll be, well, at
What you
first,
think, Rube?
I think at first we were scared to kind of change the sound up because the formula was working.
Yeah.
And we were worried about like introducing new stuff because what if they don't like it and this and that. And the more successful you get is like the scarier it gets because you think one wrong fucking move and it all crumbles, which isn't true. But we started experimenting, doing some like singing stuff or whatever, and people seemed to fuck with it. And then we got to a point to where we didn't really care if they didn't like it or not. Scott and I have been making this music for so long now that if we want to try something experimental or new, I think we deserve to at this point. So it can be a scary thing, but I think, don't fear it and just do it and see what happens.
Yeah, I think I agree 100% on everything you said. On a more, I don't know if you went through this too, but for me on a more personal level, when I got sober, it was like I was so scared because I thought my drug use fueled all my creativity.
Yeah, that was definitely a thought for sure.
Yeah, and so like for me, once I finally did start getting back into it, it was literally like learning how to walk all over again.
It is.
Really?
And the sound did kind of change as a result of that, beat wise, production wise.
Upbeat, more like less scary and sad sounding.
Yes. So I think the evolution of our music has matched exactly
the evolution of us.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
That's how I look at it.
What was it like? Like, if you're like on pills and you're deep out on pills, I never really got that out on them, If you're like Huff and Trank or whatever, I don't even know what some of the names of it are, fucking Swamp Pebbles or whatever y'all buying out here.
Just looking for anything now,
looking for a neck hole.
Oh, bro, they'll fucking have a tilapia flavored perk out here, bro. In New Orleans, they don't give a shit, bro. You'll have a fucking pecan crusted Zan bar out here, bro. You're like, what the fuck? Everybody wants to be a chef in this
That's pretty
motherfucker,
funny.
bro. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
You'll
Praline
have
Adderalls. Yeah.
Oh, you'll have a bag of char grilled somas over here, bro. Like, damn, this place is crazy, dude.
That's pretty funny,
Bro.
But what was it like making music when you're under that influence? Is it even possible to make music when you're like that kind of pill high? I don't know. So I'm just curious, or is it just possible to just like listen back, or do you feel was there any creativity from the actual high of that?
I don't know if we work differently, because I know sometimes you would wait until after we were done, but this was early on to smoke. Yeah.
Weed, I still smoke weed.
I couldn't go without it. Now, Ruby couldn't either. You know what I'm saying? So we were constantly on it all day. Yeah. So it's kind of like just feeling normal.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, it was.
Don't you doze off and shit?
Oh,
I mean, that's like, look.
Well, how do you find your time when you're both awake at the same time to make a track?
When you take a Percocet first thing in the morning, or whatever, your Oxy, whatever it is, it's gonna give you a boost. Like, I'll come out of that bathroom snorting something, and I'm like, "What's up, motherfuckers?" Yeah. Like, I'm like on one. Yeah. And then as you keep dosing, at the end of the day, it's kind of like when you've done all day it, and that's when you start to kind of nod off. It's like your body's like, okay, I'm tapping out.
For me, I was mixing so much stuff,
This kid was all over the fucking place
and down, but you could hear it in the music now. Sometimes we go back for laughs and we'll listen to some of the shit I made when I was like in psychosis.
What would you say is the most fucked up
and it's
ever were for an album?
I Want to Die in New Orleans.
I think mine is.
Yeah.
I think mine is.
I hate that album.
Stop Staring is mine.
Really?
Yeah.
I hate that album. You did phenomenal on it, but I was so far gone, dude. I was literally in psychosis from doing so much speed and downers, bro. I thought Southwest Airlines was trying to kill me. I thought
you told me that story once, bro.
I thought Kyle took a life insurance policy out on me for $70,000.
This motherfucker,
that's the most New Orleans shit ever. Bro. Somebody takes a life insurance policy out for $700, bro, just for to make it their truck payment. That's the fucking most New Orleans shit, bro.
I remember that we were in New Zealand when he told me that he thought that they were putting a hit out on us.
Yeah,
he thought like.
Now, what do you say when he sits you down?
Oh, bro, I put them through hell.
Look,
bro.
At one point, I was starting to get really impatient with it. Because like I was tired of explaining that like this insane theory wasn't actually happening. One time
I thought he had my phone tapped.
This was one time he quit Suicide Boys on Twitter. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, I remember.
And
I remember where I was
at the time. He had just bought a condo in Bradenton, Florida, outside of Sarasota. And I can't get in touch with him. Kyle can't get in touch with him. And we decide let's go out there. Let's just press him. Let's be in person. So long story short, we fly down there, rent a car, drive to his apartment, and he doesn't expect us. He doesn't know we're coming. We go upstairs, and I knock on the door, and he's like, 1 second. And I think to myself, like, man, I just flew out here. Fuck that. I'm not waiting a second. I was like, bro, I'm here. What's up? Like, what's the problem? And he was like, give me a second. He had to go to the bathroom, do his little thing, catch my drift. And then we came outside, and he was ready to talk. And this long story to say, I was trying to like see, I was like, is he fucking with me? Is he lying to me? Is he thinking does he think I'm stupid, or does he actually believe this shit? And is he fucking crazy?
Yeah.
So I had to sit him down and I was like, bro, this Southwest thing, do you think that the board, like the people on the board of Southwest sit in a boardroom?
Southwest Airlines, and they discuss how we're gonna assassinate Scrim from Suicide Boys. And he looked at me dead in the eyes, the most serious look on his face, and he goes, yes. And I lost my mind, bro. I took my phone and I threw it I was trying to hit the grass, but I hit the sidewalk. The fucker sparked.
Yeah.
And
that pissed you off even more.
Yeah.
I thought they were trying to kill me because my brother had bootlegged one of our tracks and because he was bad off on dope and sold it to this person for like $800, but actually didn't give him the song and just scammed them. And I thought the person he scammed was the son of somebody on the board of Southwest, and they were just going to take me out.
To speak on the other, on the other side of things, I'm thinking, what is coming out of his mouth? Is it real or not? Come to find out, the story of his brother stealing a song and selling it is true.
So it's like,
and I'm sitting there, and I feel bad because I'm like been calling him a liar in my head and all this shit, and then I find out it's true. So then I'm like, all right, so is all of this true? I still refuse to believe that the board of Southwest is meeting to discuss his assassination, but
I had my brother and my family believe
that was a crazy fucking time,
bro. I was very convincing. I had fans tweeting at Southwest Airlines on Twitter. I did. Yeah, it was.
That's crazy.
But that was toward the end. That was like when I was really spiraling.
Fuck, dude. It's interesting, though, that you guys were at least had a close enough connection because a lot of bands fall apart from that kind of stuff. A lot of groups, a lot of teams fall apart. Everything falls apart.
We're family.
I'm glad you
I don't know you know that, but we're family.
Right, but for you to go there and want to actually just to think, let me see what's really going on with
Dude,
them.
we've never even hit each other. Like, we've gotten in each other's faces, ready to fucking beat the shit out of each other. And we've both been able, like, you're my cousin, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to hit you.
Yeah.
I fucking hate you right now, but I'm not going to touch you. Like, and it's gone both ways. And I'd say that the family thing, which obviously doesn't apply to everybody, but we've been able to look at the fact that we're cousins and the fact that we provide for our families, which is a shared family, as a reason to never give up on each other. Yeah. If this was just one of my friends, I don't think it would have been the same.
No.
Like,
no
way.
That's good that you brought that up because a lot of groups just don't make it in general. Mm-hmm. And doing business with family is usually not a smart way to go. No. But for us, I mean,
it's the only time it worked out.
Yeah, I think it's just a unique situation, bro. We both got the same granny to answer to, and she ain't nothing nice. You know what I'm saying? Like she done FaceTime me before.
It's a scary woman.
She done FaceTime me before, being like, "You making music without your cousin?" You know, like
that's
shit,
too
like
much.
pressing me.
And I was like, and I'd have to call her and be like, Granny, I got it.
Yeah.
He's gonna think that I'm like fucking venting to you. Like,
does she stay up late or no?
I don't think
Granny?
so. She's almost 80 now.
She was a bus driver for the parish, Jefferson Parish, her whole much her whole life. Yeah, bro. Drove me to school from kindergarten to high school.
Dang, brother.
Real working woman, bro. And Wagaman.
She would manhandle like grown like seniors.
Oh,
in high
bro,
school,
yeah.
like,
She didn't want to fuck. I watched her.
I'm telling you don't want to fuck with that lady.
She's from Wagaman, bro.
Oh, come on,
no,
man.
they throw down.
The first seat, they'll have a crock pot going in that bitch.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, they got lunch going in that bitch.
I made your pot of gumbo.
Yeah. Bro, they'll just be giving that's back when the bus and I'm gonna just pick up a strange on that.
Yeah, bro.
You'd have 2 raccoons in the 4th row, bro. You know,
Fucking nutria, yeah.
anything in that bitch, bro.
Bro.
Dude, the bus people used to cut like it used to be like the green seat cover. Or sometimes they were green and sometimes they were black. People would cut a little like slice in there and people put dope all. The bus, they didn't even realize the bus the whole time was just driving dope around the fucking city.
Damn. I never thought of that.
Yeah, for real.
People would keep everything. They would slice it in the back. The inside of the seat was hollow. People would keep all kind of shit.
I was too
Some
busy.
crafty motherfuckers,
I was
bro.
too busy fingering girls in the back of the bus.
Hey, bro. Oh, you was in the 11th row.
Yeah,
bro. That was really that was a red light district of the bus.
Granny, put it on Q93.
yeah. Q93.
Yeah. Wild Wayne.
Yeah, dude. Remember Wild Wayne, bro? Mm-hmm. What were some of the things they would say on there?
Q93, boys.
I remember when the Saints were going to the Super Bowl, Q93 hosted like some show at the Howlin' Wolf, and they had like that year, because the Saints were doing so well, everybody came out with the Saints song. You remember that shit? You remember that shit? And
yeah.
Wild Wayne hosted this show. It was like all these Saints rappers out there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Look up Wild Wayne Q93. See if we could play even their intro.
I remember DJ Rowe would come on
Yep.
either 4 or 5 o'clock every day. DJ Rowe in the mix. Yeah. I pitched the idea to Wine the Court that they need to advertise on Q93. And they did it.
They did it?
They did it. Wild Wayne, all them came in.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. Yeah, we was bumping, bro.
That's touch.
Damn, this is
dang,
2002,
bro.
bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We were
crazy.
selling the shit out some furniture after that.
Did y'all was there some moments where you guys got to connect with some local artists when y'all started coming up, or how did that kind of go?
Man,
No, I'm gonna say it.
Go ahead,
the
bro.
city fucking hates us, bro.
Yeah.
They do.
We don't get no love.
We don't get any love from the city, not from people in the city, artists, nothing.
We
It's
don't.
interesting.
We're not even
Yeah.
doing a show this year in New Orleans because we don't feel love, and we're kind of a little annoyed.
Yeah, we got out of every arena we went to last year. New Orleans absolutely treated us the worst.
Like garbage, dude. Like we were,
It was-
like they were doing us a favor. Like,
Yeah, I was actually like mind blown by it. But
And what is it? Do you think? What do you think some of that is? You guys, you guys are something so different.
right.
I don't know if that has something to do with it.
I
but
think people get turned off by the name,
Yeah.
Suicide Boys, and I know that like
That's
Mickey
facts.
Loomis doesn't fuck with us because of that.
Yep.
But what a lot of people don't understand is it's not, you know, it might have started off as like a way to say stupid shit, but it's definitely become a thing that people relate to, and it's become an important part of some kids' lives. And you know, Scott and I want people to do well. You know, we're not like
Yeah.
trying to like tear people down. So it's funny how people get the wrong idea.
I'm glad you said that because we never intended. We never had like this grand idea or intention for it to turn into this like community and turn into
No.
what it, or like have kids being like, yo, you saved my life, or like the emails that Kyle and them get.
Dude, fan letters,
Yeah,
like, all sorts of shit.
So I think if people were to dig past the surface, you know, they would see. But I think that also goes into like, this is bigger than us, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
it's real interesting, man. I get more requests for you guys than anybody
Really?
ever.
Really?
Dude,
I feel like kind of the same, bro. Everybody's been like, yo, y'all gotta go on
when the
Theo.
money sign to be when they sending it, bro. At first, I thought it was people just trying to get me to send them Cash App. I didn't know.
Sending money to OB.
Yeah, the first 1,000.
We all right,
Oh,
baby.
it's so funny, dude.
Always chase your dreams.
What a beautiful moment, man.
Really cool.
You're an incredible man, Dustin Poirier.
You said that's his
Thank you
last
very
fight?
much for everything.
I hope
I'm
not.
not sure. He's
Damn.
a fighter, man. I think the thing about him, he just like, even if he don't get the W, it's like there's something about him. He shows up to fight.
Yeah.
And that's what I think everybody can relate to. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, I can go fight. You know, I can fight through another day in my life, whether it's just feeling okay
Yeah.
or,
Well, when he was talking in the post conference interviews, he was, you know, bringing up the uncertainty of his future. And anytime lately people bring that up, it makes me think, you know, about us and
What we would do.
yeah, and what's next.
I think we just give up music, train for 10 years, and then we can put on our own headlining fight.
I'm about it.
Me versus you.
I don't want to
La,
do
la,
that.
la. We can pull like a Sopranos, and right as the fight's about to start, it fades to black. We collect our money.
Oh yeah,
You know, we're out.
now that's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's
I'm not
brilliant.
gonna hit you, bro. I just told him I'm not gonna
Yeah,
fucking hit
that's
you.
brilliant.
y'all
That's
could fight
brilliant.
somebody, maybe the Yin Yang twins. How old are they?
Yeah, yeah.
Bro, they have one of the best Cribs episodes ever. The Yin Yang Twins. They're just like shouting random noises like the whole
Oh
time.
yeah.
That shit was so entertaining.
Yeah, they got, the Saints took their song, wasn't it?
Yeah, I always thought that was kind of weird. You know, some
It was
ATL
interesting.
boys.
K Gates.
Or
K Gates took the beat and made it into the we yelling who that. The who that say they're going.
Oh, really?
Damn Saints.
oh, okay.
Yeah, but I think there was like some copyright issue.
That's them?
Yeah.
That's Yin Yang?
So K Gates took it and made
He made the hook
a
as like
version.
who that. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
At the game, you'll hear the Yin Yang Twins version.
Yeah.
But New Orleans is interesting, man. A lot of unique. Bro, I was walking down. This is how we even got this art. I'm walking down the street when I saw, going next door to get a coffee. I was thinking, man, it would be cool if we had some neat art. There's a dude sitting outside blazing with his homie.
Yeah.
Oh shit, it's Louis Armstrong, I think. Or somebody, it's a jazz player.
This dude Tyrell Shaw, and
there he is.
this is his art, man. And he's like, I was like, dude, I'm about to chat with the Suicide Boys. You want to put a piece in?
That's cool.
He's like, yeah, man.
That's fire that you put them on like that. I respect that.
That's supporting local art, baby.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that's the thing about New Orleans. I mean, you could walk half a block.
You'll see talent in the streets.
You'll see you'll either get You'll either disappear in a pothole,
Shit,
bro.
we got no love in the
You will
beginning.
disappear in a pothole.
We was
bro.
handing out mixtapes, and them bitches were going in the trash. Right
Bro,
after.
actually, I'm gonna tell the LSU story.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Scott, when we first started like recording and making music, really first attempting to do this shit, we made a CD for him, a mixtape for him. We got it printed, made 500 of them. I made the cover for him. La la la. We go, what are we gonna do with this? Let's go to shows and colleges. Let's go hand this shit out.
I
Old
gotta
school,
put these
right?
shades on for this one.
And this is also like in 2013. So we're going old school. We go to LSU campus. We're staying with my brother because he's going to school there at the time.
Wow. So y'all didn't go hand shit out?
Oh yeah. And we go in like that big part of the campus where like all the traffic, all the people are walking by. It's like in between
Oh,
classes.
yeah, the quad.
Me and Scott handing out CDs. Like, oh, you fuck with rap? Check this out. Whatever. Bro, first of all them CDs ended up in the trash. Like every fucking one.
Yeah.
We turned around 3 feet away from us is the CD on the ground.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing that happened that day was, I love this part. It was some girl, this like nervous freshman heading to class, bunch of books in her bag. You could tell she's like kind of on edge. She's riding her bike and she comes in front of me and Scott and rolls over his shoe. And Scott, well, we both do, but Scott loves white shoes. And, you know, the thing with white shoes is don't fucking scuff them, like keep them clean.
And don't ride a bike over.
Don't ride a
Yeah,
bike
don't
over
ride.
them. And
It's not asking much.
he flipped out. And I'm just like laughing the whole time because I just thought it was funny. But he was like, what the fuck? And this girl looks so scared, bro. And you gotta understand, this motherfucker still looked like this too back then. And she
definitely
took off, bro, did not look back. And I'm just like dying laughing, like the white shoes, man.
He's like, I'll floor your whole fucking house,
Bro,
lady.
I lost count of how many fights I got in growing up over stepping on people's
Yeah.
shoes, bro.
It's a sign of
That's
disrespect.
how we met. That's how me and Kyle met at Fountain Blue. Because this dude was cutting the line. I stepped in his way. It was exam week. I was starving. It was chicken tender and
I'm about to say
macaroni.
it's chicken tender day. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, that's the
Chicken
biggest day.
tender
We said
day.
a lunch lady on. That's the biggest day.
Here he
yeah.
come. He's cutting the line with his homies. I'm like, nah, this ain't happening today,
doing
bro. I
that,
step
bro.
in the way. I step on his shoes. And then after, next thing I know, I'm fighting him, both of his sisters who were built like linebackers, and a couple other guys.
A lot of shouldery women in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
Oh yeah.
shouldery
And that's
women.
how me and Kyle. That's how we met. He was like, "Yo, come roll with us from here on out." Because
You went to Fountain Blue
so check this out. When I first moved up there,
I love this.
I was
because that's in St. Tammany Parish. That's,
so yeah. So look, I grew up on the West Bank, bro. I'm Henry Ford. I'm used to.
If I
Metal-
may-
yeah,
if I
go
may,
ahead, go ahead.
I just want to set you up.
Yes.
You know this, but for our audience, the Mandeville is the area of like the families where all white and take family portraits at the beach.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the
Mandeville's,
vibe.
yeah, it's fancy.
That's
over
the
there.
vibe. Yeah. So my bad. Continue.
No,
It's
thank you
fancy.
for that.
And West Bank is definitely different, bro.
Oh,
There's a lot of
way
places.
We're
grimier.
doing what we gotta do to get by.
Yeah,
Yeah,
way
you'll have a
grimier.
fucking you'll have somebody get buried in an oyster half
Yeah.
shell or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
over there. You'll
Yeah.
have a lot. They got some couple cuties over there in tall timbers. I know that, but
Yeah.
otherwise,
Yeah.
it gets a little bit. You never know, bro. You'll have
Yeah.
a dude have his eyes taken out of a couple dice put in.
No,
his head,
100%.
Type
100%.
shit,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, all day.
So
So
Scott's coming from that area.
I moved. Yeah. So
Scott's moving in.
Yeah.
our neighborhood's getting really bad. We just had my youngest brother. My dad's like, all right, I'm getting there. I'm getting the family up out of here. Moved to Lacombe, right by Mandeville. So I go to Fountain Blue, right? I show up there. I got cornrows in. I got big tall tee. Remember tall tees? I had the big
Yeah,
tall
bro.
tee on. I had some Jabos that's about as baggy as these pants.
Oh Lord.
And my bus driver was black. And even him, when I walked in the bus, he said, "What the fuck are you doing?"
So alien just landed, bro.
That's first thing this man tells me on my first day of school to ever get on the bus, 5 a.m. He said, "What the fuck are you doing?"
That's a long shirt you was in too.
So
bro.
I'm like-
Scott got on the shirt. It took a few more seconds. The shirt.
Yeah,
came
it
off.
It did.
There's somebody behind him, like, what the-
Yeah. So I sit down and I'm like, then I get to the school. It's 2,000 white kids, bro.
oh yeah.
So you want to talk about culture shock? I was like, I thought I landed on another planet.
So did they.
Yeah. I thought,
They thought another-
good point, bro. No one talked to me for a year.
Oh, I could see that, bro.
I was
Just-
by
yeah.
myself
Judging,
for a
you
year,
know.
Asbestos
and
fear,
it took
probably.
me
Yeah.
took me getting into a fight for Kyle and them to be like, all right, you good, come on.
Damn.
And then that's
That is a way to prove yourself.
That's
like,
the short
to show that you
version
don't
of the
fuck
story.
around, you know?
yeah.
There's something about walking around a school though when nobody talks to you that you create this own universe in your head.
Oh
bro.
yeah.
My high
Like, it's
school.
a-
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's like a first person game. It's like you're living in a first person shooter world.
Oh, yeah.
man,
It's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
I was gonna say he had that experience. My experience in high school. I went to Jesuit. It was all boys, Catholic, prep school, whatever. And I definitely did not fit in that school. When to this day, if I say
I didn't know you went to Jesuit.
See, when I say I went to Jesuit, people are like, "What? You went to Jesuit?" And I got involved with drugs early. I was like 14.
Earlier than me.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say that story too. I was like 14, and I was like, I'm gonna try it all because I just tried weed and it wasn't as bad as they said it was. So I'm gonna try it all. I'm gonna fuck bitches. I'm gonna do crack, all that shit. I did it all.
Oh yeah, I love how those are the two. That's the crazy
Fuck
thing about
bitches and
drugs.
smoking crack. Yeah. Which is funny because those two things really don't go together, actually. But anyway, I like spread this rumor about myself. I was snorting heroin on my desk in geometry class.
Oh yeah.
And I did it because I got off to like how everybody thought I was crazy.
Yeah.
And I liked it. I liked people thinking I was crazy. So I let the rumor spread. When they got back to me, it was like, oh, Adi slangs crack downtown to pay for his high school, la la la. That's like what they were saying about me.
That's pretty
And I
sick.
confirmed
That's
all of
sick,
it.
dude, to pay for your own way to private
Yeah.
school.
Well,
That's
why would I
fucking
do that?
sick.
First of all, second of all, I
true.
confirmed it all. I was like, "Yep, all that's true." And let me tell you something, bro. No one fucked with me. Like everyone let me be. They thought I was cool, whatever. And that was my way of like getting all those guys to fuck off. You know,
It's an entrepreneurial thing, bro. Yeah, that dude is.
yeah.
It's always been like
It's
that.
also like doing the most for like what? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fun time though, bro. Yeah, we used to always hear stories about Lil Wayne driving to school. Did y'all hear that story? That Lil
I
Wayne,
believe
like somebody got him a car when he was 14. He didn't even have a license,
I believe it.
and he would drive to school when it was like a Hummer. I don't know, whatever was hot at the time.
Fucking prowler.
Yeah, something like that. And he would drive in park by the teachers and shit, and nobody said nothing.
Yeah,
that
what
was
you
like
gonna
a
tell
rumor
him?
that we always heard.
Shit, that dude was famous since he was 14. That shit's crazy.
Yeah.
And in Juvenile, they used to have a rumor he chased a woman with an ice pick.
That wasn't a
over there.
rumor. I'm pretty sure that was real.
On the North Shore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the neighborhood I live in.
I remember like
So as a result of that, when
At
I
least
was
name a road after him, bro.
well,
They gotta
check
give him
this out. When I was
respect.
when they found out I was moving in, the whole HOA had a meeting about a rapper.
oh, just recently.
No, when I first moved into that neighborhood a couple years ago,
Okay.
they had a meeting about whether or not we like this rapper moving in. But I mean, little do they know that. I mean, dude, I'm so low key, bro. Ain't
It
shit
happened to
going
us
on.
too when we had recently moved to Florida.
Florida too.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they found out these two rappers were moving into the neighborhood,
Not
and they
happy.
threw a fucking fit, bro. They were not having it, and then we move in. They realized we like are quiet, nice,
Yeah, bro,
friendly
so
guys. Yeah, dude, I was like picking up my neighbor's kid from his school, like the other day. Yeah, bro. Like,
Well, I think there's been a history of like, I mean, you had like, when I was in college, Master P would come over to the rec center and shoot ball.
Oh,
And he
really?
would come with Silk, and he would come with,
that's
Shout out
fucking
Silk.
sick,
yeah. He would come with, Silk's still in jail, isn't he?
No, see, Murder's still in jail.
See murder, yeah.
See, Murder would come with them. And they would have all kind of guys over there. But then some of those, yeah, like See Murder went to jail. You had Juvenile went to jail for a while. Then BG went to jail. I think there's so much history of a lot of New Orleans rappers, like Mystical went to jail.
Oh, yeah.
So you have a lot of that culture. I think it probably
Damn, I didn't even put all that together. Like how many New
it
Orleans
gets fearful
rappers?
for a lot of guys.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Boosie was in jail for
A long time. Like what, 5 years, 4 years?
8, I think, maybe 7.
8? God damn.
I mean, when you think about that,
That's
Well, that's
crazy.
why Boosie moved out, bro. That's why he
BG
got
was in
out
jail
of
for like a
here.
decade.
I
With your
know.
dad, like they were in the.
Oh
in
yeah,
jail
when my dad
together.
was
Really?
in there. Yeah, BG was
No
in
way.
there.
His
Yeah.
dad told us a story about his dad was in St. Tammany and so was BG. Apparently BG one day just got fed up. Because imagine being a rapper, you go to jail, how many people are trying to freestyle to
Yeah,
you?
oh my God.
You know, like put me on, whatever. And apparently
put
one,
me on and I'm in jail.
They
Yeah,
did it
put me on.
downstairs. Just walking in here, they were doing it. But go
There you
ahead.
go. Exactly. So apparently BG one day makes an announcement to everybody saying, if one more motherfucker comes up to me and freestyles, I'm gonna have a big problem. And they said, okay, bet. And they just beat the shit out of him anyway or something like that.
Yeah,
But
it was-
first, I don't know.
yeah.
Your dad was in St. Tammany?
Yeah, he was in St. Tammany. He
For like 8 months, 10 months, something?
6.
6?
I think 6 months. It was a
Oh, we
DUI.
shot your first video like that week he got out.
He got out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so fucking crazy.
Wow.
It was like his first day out video type shit.
Did you being did you guys' success give him like any clout in the pen? Did he say or anything like that?
That was way
before-
after.
Yeah,
yeah,
that was before. That was like actually right before we
Got started.
We linked up and stuff.
Do y'all see that Rick Ross car show, man?
No, I know he's been. Yeah, I know he puts one on.
He put one on in his front.
You trying to
yard.
go?
I think it just happened. I saw that Boosie before. Look at this. This is his front yard.
Hold on, I gotta put my prescription on.
That's his cars?
No, people bring their cars, bro.
So they
say.
pay to buy tickets to go to this.
Oh. They probably got some crazy whips out there.
Bro, there's a couple.
Damn.
See if you,
Was this in Miami?
looks like it. Atlanta, maybe.
I think it's
There's one.
Damn.
That's pretty wild. I've never seen no shit like that before.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. See if you get the one with the horses, bro. When you roll in, they got
Oh
Horses.
yeah, that's. I think that's Evander Holyfield's house. He bought.
Yo, what is that? A fucking Ferrari?
Yep.
Just as a horse trough?
What the fuck, bro?
They got horses eating straight hay out of Ferraris, baby.
Out of a horse, yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's more
Bro,
horsepower,
people just be
bro.
thinking of how to flex.
That's
bro.
horsepower right there.
Bro, that's kind of like a wild. That's a
People be coming up with the craziest ways
You
to
have
flex.
to now.
Yeah,
You have to.
bro.
How much bigger can chains get? How much more expensive can your cars be? You gotta start doing crazy shit.
yeah. Look at this guy. All these speakers. This dude. This was wild looking.
Bro, is that fucking Toyota? You know what I'm talking about, those SUVs?
Yeah, that's an FJ.
FJ, yeah. That's crazy.
Damn.
With the Dolphins colors.
Dude, my dad
That's
used to have
hard.
a Cutlass. My dad bought a Cutlass from a couple brothers that live around the corner from us when I was a kid. I've told this story before, but I only have so much stories. But and my dad was probably 80 years old at the time, right? So he buys this bitch. It had 22s in the trunk, right? He has no idea. He can't even fucking hear. So, bro, he would take
subs?
Yeah,
22s?
bro. So
That's fucking huge.
Oh, bro, it was huge, bro. He got
Holy
it.
shit.
How
I
the
think
trunk closed, bro?
the dude had to get rid of it quick, bro. So my dad ended up with it, dude, and he would take us to school, bro.
Oh,
That
yeah.
thing would just
What the fuck?
bro. My brother got braces and bitches fucking strapped.
What were y'all listening to?
NPR radio,
Fuck.
the news, bro. Cloudy, 80% chance of rain.
That thunder hit, though. That thunder hit with them 22s,
Yeah.
bro.
Dude, on Q93 though, it would be crazy because even the weather was like, we got a fucking
Yeah.
30% chance of it being hot as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
It would always be like, damn, this is an adventure,
That's
bro.
crazy. 22.
It might be raining, bitches. Y'all,
Yeah.
y'all stay woke.
Yeah.
It was always like the weirdest weather report on Q93, man.
Yeah. A little bounce beat going behind.
Oh yeah, it would always
Yeah.
be something, bro.
Hoot.
And B97, that was another one they had before that.
B97 was more like top 40, but
Yeah.
like because it was New Orleans, they also did like some Hot Boy shit and like
Wasn't Mark involved in
Yeah.
B97?
Kyle's dad was GM.
Yeah.
Yeah, and who's here with you today? Just so I notice we can reference them.
Yeah.
This is our management, Kyle and Dana.
Kyle and Dana.
Yep. Yeah, nice to see you guys, man. Respect.
As much as they try to stay behind the scenes, we always make sure they get seen at least
Yeah,
a
we
couple
like-
times.
But y'all's whole world is like that, man. Everything is what I'm saying. It just feels like it's y'all. It feels indie.
Yeah.
Like, not in a bad way. It feels like, it just feels like it's y'all's world.
It is.
Even that little thing right there. It's like a lot of people don't have their management
yes.
coming. If they do, they're in a suit or something, and it's it just feels like
It's family to us, bro. Everybody around us.
We've been
is-
through so much with these guys.
Yeah.
Us, our 4-person team right here.
Yeah.
through a
yeah.
lot.
Like some people, like Will Smith was gonna come on,
Come on.
but he had some issue. What was it? Was like.
It was like a scheduling thing, and he wanted a little more control over the conversation.
Like there was things where like we couldn't you couldn't ask about it, so it was almost like then you're just an advertisement for like a movie or something that they're
Yeah.
doing,
Did you not want
Yeah.
to ask, like, talk about the slap?
Right, yeah, or
Probably.
even you couldn't even ask, and I wouldn't have said like, "Hey, what do you hit a guy or something?" I would be
Yeah.
like, maybe what's been going on in your life that's been hectic for you the
Yeah,
past
yeah.
couple of years. Just talk about like what makes you feel like that.
Yeah.
I don't need to know like the detail. It just seemed like he would be having a tough time probably.
Yeah.
Unless something was going on between them guys, but a lot of times too, it's the agents that'll say that shit, and the artists or whatever don't have any clue.
Yeah.
It's
right.
just how they want to control and prop.
Nah, we're all
Not us, dude. We talk all the time. Everybody's on the same page because a lot of things didn't happen because of communication being fucked up.
Yeah.
And from all of us, like we all have dropped the ball at some point a little bit with communication. So now, the four of us, that is the most important thing is communication and trust. It's with any fucking relationship. Like,
Yeah,
doesn't
it's-
matter if it's professional, romantic, or
It's
whatever.
hard to find people to trust, bro. I have a lot of trust issues. I've been fucked over a lot in many ways.
Same.
So I'm grateful that I have him, and I
helps that y'all
got, I
went to
got
high
these
school
guys.
together and shit.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It's my best.
cousins.
Kyle's my best friend. I mean, we're all brothers now, but me and Kyle were best friends since high school.
Shit out of that guy. For
Yeah, bro. He helped wash them bike tires off your shoes there, bro.
But bro, we wouldn't. I mean, we were doing our thing, and they helped take us to another level.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
It really is a thing. Only good things can only happen with a group effort. It's definitely.
Kanye said something not that long ago, man, where he's like, something, I'm gonna mess it up, but something to the effect of like, nothing's a solo project.
Yeah.
Nothing is a solo project.
You know, like nothing's a solo. To your point, you know what I'm saying? Like it takes a team of people.
It really does.
I believe that.
And even then, the team of people to absorb it and listen to it and want to feel it.
Yeah.
You know, because it's interesting that listeners of things, and even us, when we listen to stuff, we get a whole different thing out of it than the creator gets. You know, it's really kind of wild.
Yeah.
That's actually a good point, Theo. And I don't think that point gets brought up enough either, because the listeners or the audience rather is just as an important part of what the fuck we do and what you do. You know, that doesn't get brought up a lot, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you could be a good chef, but if nobody's enjoying
Eating
it,
your fucking food.
Yeah.
you know, nobody out there licking their lips or whatever, or putting a little bit in their napkin for the Doberman at home or whatever, bro.
Put some Zatarans on it.
Oh, we used to have a lunch lady, bro. She'd take everything, bro. You wouldn't even be done. She'd be like, I'm going to get this for my dog. I'd be like, bitch, I ain't even had
Can I have my
one
crust back?
bite,
Yeah.
bro. I'm about to put a fur coat on and fucking hang out on your porch. Then I'm fucking starving. Because she come take it off your plate before you even got to eat, man.
That's too funny.
But you guys love New Orleans. Are you guys featured in a lot of you guys' videos and stuff? You know, it's obviously like a part of your life that you. So even if you haven't felt like as much of a fan base here, you guys still have a lot of love for Louisiana.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I think we both have a lot of love for just the Gulf Coast in general. Just this is the region we're from. We're comfortable here.
Shaped who we are.
Yeah.
A lot of our personality, style,
Sure.
all of that. But yeah, I mean, dude, New Orleans, and someone told us this early on.
I remember this.
This is when. So basically, if I can give you a visual presentation, we were trying to go like this: start local, build regional, go like that. And someone informed us. I'm grateful they did. This is when SoundCloud started popping. Internet rappers like Young Lean, Bones, Zay when he was Ether Wolf, all that was popping off. And someone was like, you basically got to attack the internet because everybody here knows who you are. You know what I'm saying? Johnny sees you at the gas station 3 times a week buying cigarettes. Like, he ain't really buying what you're selling. Whereas when you go through the internet, and that's what we did, we were able to create this thing where we got popping in all these other places first, and it literally started from like Russia, and then came back to New Orleans. New Orleans was the last place.
Yeah.
Really?
The advice was don't go local to international. Do the internet and attack an international crowd first, because your hometown is going to be the last place that fucks with you. Yeah. And it's true, because
That
they
was
still
true.
don't fuck with us.
Yeah.
It's true. Like, that ass.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's so interesting because there's a lot of New Orleans in it.
There's a lot of New Orleans in it.
You know?
Hey, dude, it shaped us. Me and him, bro, we like worshipped Cash Money.
Yeah.
We loved Hot Boys. We wanted to be Lil Wayne. Like,
No
Lil Wayne
limit.
was a huge influence on both of us. And I would argue that Master P is a huge inspiration to me and him. How that motherfucker started a label, had a rapping career, almost made it to the NBA, was putting his son in Nickelodeon shows. He was making movies. This motherfucker's a renaissance man.
Oh, he was one of the first kind of black. He was kind of an early
Entrepreneurs.
Tyler Perry to everybody, especially from this area. You
And
know,
he's like worth like 600 mil, bro. He was a huge inspiration to us.
Yeah.
Just somebody that could just achieve all that, and especially from being from Calliope Projects. You know, if we're not from the Calliope Projects, what's our excuse of not making it? You know what I mean?
Right.
This guy went from literally rags to riches.
Yeah.
Big inspiration on us.
Big reason
To us.
A big inspiration behind doing the label rather than just focusing solely on Suicide Boys.
That's a good point. That was why we did G59.
Yeah.
Because of Cash Money and No Limit.
Yeah.
and then what? How do you get like? Is Cheddar on G59?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And
Cheddar, Night Lavelle,
Germ Shake.
Germ, Shake, Ramirez.
okay.
We have
the
about 5
lineup.
artists, 6 including ourselves. Yeah.
And so a lot of those guys will tour with you. I know Cheddar toured. The last tour that I saw, he was on.
2021.
Yeah. So
This year we're taking Shakewell.
Shakewell. Yeah, we
Ouya,
try to
right?
switch it up.
Ouya, yeah.
Every tour, you know. And also set those guys up. But they do a great job of setting those guys up on their own tours so they get their own shine.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Cheddar just came out with an album.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Sacrifice and Sabotage.
Yeah, man, he's great, bro.
He's a good dude, bro.
I love him, man. He and I have become pretty close.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He's a hard worker.
He is. He got a big heart, bro.
He's
And,
the only person besides me that I know that works
Oh, he's a hard
as
worker.
much as I do, bro. He gets it in.
We try to show the boys love, and we've taken them on Grey Day and stuff. But with the other artists on our label, we try to take them on tour, but also, like he said, set them up on their own tours because it's important. Bro, anything in this world that you get through hard work is going to be yours to keep for a very long time.
Yeah.
But anything that was handed to you that you got very easily, it's not going to last very long.
Yeah.
You know, so it's important that these guys grind, and we're behind them. We support them and push them to grind and make your own audience. You can borrow some of ours, but I don't want that for you because it's not going to last long.
Right.
I want you guys to have your fans that you earned, and I want it to be as big as it possibly can. And
Yes.
whatever we can do to do that, we will.
Yeah.
But I don't think the shortcut of like just giving it to you is going to work.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah, yeah. And a
not
lot of
gonna
it's
feel good
inspiration.
No, it won't. That's a good point too.
And a lot of it is, even if you're just other artists, you're around each other, you inspire each other, you know?
Yeah.
Like you're like, oh, I'm learning from this beat or this thing, or
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, this is cool, or wow, look what he brought in. And that's, you know, it's definitely like you guys' own, it's almost your own galaxy or something, or your own like solar
Universe.
system y'all have going on.
Yeah. Thank you. Bro.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. What what is going to be different about the new music? What do you feel like if you had to be specific about it?
Bro, I think Scott agrees with me. But sometimes when we make albums or projects and we don't really like, I don't know how to explain this. There's been projects that we put out that we thought were great and we wanted to do all these things for it. And like they were great projects and they did their thing and like they came and went. But there's been a couple where we didn't even think about it. And I don't know, I have this weird feeling that this album is going to be huge.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that to promote it or whatever. I'm not really one for self-promotion, but we both have this weird feeling like, it's like when we don't try is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, yeah.
When we don't try, we make a fucking masterpiece.
Yes.
But when we're trying too hard, we make like some try hard shit.
Yes.
It doesn't sound as good.
Try hard shit. That's such a good term, man.
Yeah, that is good.
Because sometimes we'll work on a clip or something. It's like after we kicked it, you can just tell, like, man,
Don't force it.
Yes, we just try to shine this to or get it, you know, do something, and then we mess it up.
Well, I
You
think,
can't. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna, it gets like, we never wanted to be in a box. We said that from the beginning. We wanted to be able to make whatever we wanted to make at any time. But as you grow a fan base in this community,
You kind of get put in a box.
they have expectations. Luckily, I feel like a lot of them have grown with us. There's still some of those out there that still. Suicide Boys was better in 2015. We went to blah, blah, blah. You were better when you were on drugs, whatever. But to his point, this is my favorite album.
Same.
That, I feel like I say that a lot, but like Kyle always says, he's like, dude, y'all just get better and better and better. I don't understand it either. I'm 35 years old. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I should be retiring soon, but I do think one thing that has helped, Suicide Boys sometimes can feel like a job.
Yeah.
Because there's deadlines, there's like, we got to get it done, there's expectations. I think one thing that has helped like release the valve a little bit and like let some of the pressure off. He's been doing Duck Boy, which is like his little, going back to his roots and doing his band stuff and experimenting and being able to be free. And same with me, I've been able to experiment with some sound solo wise. And then when we do that, I feel like we feel refreshed, we feel loose.
Yeah.
And then when we come back to SB, you know what I'm saying? Like
We're actually excited.
Yeah, the pressure. Like I don't know how to explain.
Well, you still feel like an individual, I think, because there's something that I'm sure once you're in a group that part of the individuality, it's there, but it's partnered with something.
Yeah.
So to be able to develop yourself more and then bring it to anything is probably pretty cool.
Yeah.
And to still remind yourself that you can develop as an individual.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
I bet that's interesting. Is there collabs and stuff on this?
No,
we never
not really big on collabs.
Right, you guys don't do a lot of it. So I was just wondering, is it something you guys ever think about, or do people reach out about it?
We were supposed to do something with Ski Mask recently, but The thing is, dude, if you don't catch us when you catch us,
Right.
you're gonna be waiting another year,
Right.
Because we move quick, and if you pass it up, then like, bro, we can't rewind and go back. We have a lot of shit on our own plates that we have to get done.
Right.
So
That is the hardest part about
it's
collabs.
kind of like how it happens.
Is like getting it back in time. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
getting it done. I think it's best whenever we do joint projects like we did with Germ, Shakewell, when we all get in a room together and we're able to just like pound it out for a week or two.
Yeah, we just lock ourselves in the room for a week and knock it out.
Yeah.
I love listening to Sickwell, dude.
Dude, Shake was
Yeah,
a very
he's awesome.
talented fucker.
And he's so entertaining, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
What was I watching that?
He was in that movie.
With
you and him were in that movie,
with
right?
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that yesterday.
Oh, we hung out together for like probably 2 weeks
Bro, that's
every
a
day.
solid fucking dude right there.
Yeah, he's
Shakewell.
awesome.
So nice. And just so like, I love how excited he gets when he like gets kind of some information and he's kind of telling you something.
Yeah.
You know, like it's
He gets that look in his eye.
yeah, it's cool. He's just such a warm guy.
Yeah.
And very talented.
So talented, man. I watched they have that video. I think it's with Puya. It's like it's all shot in one.
Scrubs.
Yeah, they're in
The gas station.
or something.
Yeah.
That was really Shakewell's like kind of coming out to the world right there. That was like his
Yeah, it's
debut.
old. It's old.
Bitch, I've been
but
in Scrubs since day one.
the best, there's a comment on it too. It's like, imagine you just going in to pay for gas and you get stuck behind this guy making a rap video.
That's funny.
But it was great, man. They did
When
it
all
good.
you want is 20 on pump 4 and the dude's ahead of you making rabbit.
It was so good.
Pull that credit card out.
But yeah, man, when he gets those braids, he's got that Native American look in him a little bit. Because then he's part Mexican, isn't
He's
he?
half Mexican.
Yeah.
Fucking
He has
wild,
that
bro.
it factor to him. You know what I'm like? You can have all the talent in the world, but it's just, you got to have that it factor.
With Shake,
dude.
you can tell it just comes naturally to him.
Yes.
Like, Shake had a background in the hardcore world, playing bass in that band Betrayal and shit, that like metal, rock, hardcore shit. So he had experience in music and playing shows. And I met him, we both met him when we went to LA for the very first time. We go to Fat Nick and Krez's crib. There's like, within, I don't know, a couple hours, it's a party all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like, and in LA, I think it just kind of happens. Like there's no like
Every day.
plans. Yeah. So we must have met 30 fucking people that night. I don't remember a single one of them until Shakewell was one that was consistent, like consistently hanging around Puya and stuff. And then we were like, oh, you make music too? And when people tell you that and you like have a little success with music, you don't really know where the boundary is. Like, are they
Right.
going to want me to listen to it? And like, am I going to like it?
Yeah.
But his shit was fire.
Yeah.
And, we kept our eye on him for a long time.
Did you guys ever tour in any of the same circles as guys like Mac Miller, Lil Peep, those
That's
guys?
so fucking weird that you
Damn.
bring that up. We were just talking about this yesterday. We did a festival once in Sweden called Bravala back in 2017, our first European run. And that festival's not a festival anymore because too many dudes were groping chicks like sexual assault style.
Yeah, watch
So-
it, dudes.
Yeah, watch it, guys. We actually had to cut the show short a couple of times to tell them, back up,
Chill
stop
the
trying to
fuck
grab
out.
titties,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mac Miller was at this festival, and that was the first time we met him and kind of kicked it with him a little bit. We also met Linkin Park that day too. Met Chester and Mike, and Chester committed suicide like
Met
a
us.
month after that. It was insane.
Met Sway
Like,
Lee too.
we met Sway Lee that
Sway's
night.
dope, huh?
Yeah. He's a cool guy.
He's
bro.
a guy that
Bro, imagine
And Jimmy, we
me,
met Jimmy
right?
too.
No, like nobody fucks with us. And I'm walking and I hear, hey, Scram. And like that high pitched voice, I turn around, Sway Lee. So I'm just, in that moment, I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
It's pretty surreal.
dude?
Yeah.
It was one of those moments, meeting all them people where I'm like, bro, what the fuck is
Because
going on?
we don't get the nod from a lot of industry artists or artists in the industry rather.
But
So
is
we're
it
always
some of that's
curious.
by design? But some of it that you enjoy that
Sure,
probably, right?
sure.
Like it's probably good you're
Bro,
just doing our own
Theo,
shit.
I still work every day like I'm broke.
Yeah.
I'm in the studio every day. I got this chip on my shoulder that I can't get off. You know,
I
and
think-
that's part of it.
What do you think that has to do with sobriety?
Being
A
in
little
this-
bit.
I think so, you're right.
100%.
Because I got like that, dude. I would wake up at 1 p.m. on a Wednesday like it was nothing. I didn't give a shit. And now I can't sleep late. If I'm not cleaning
Gotta
the
be
house or
doing
doing
something.
something productive, I feel like a fucking piece
Yeah.
of shit.
Good
I think
point.
sobriety is a big
Good point.
factor.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think I fell in love with my work. I don't have a wife or nothing yet or anything, but I think my first love is my work. It's like, and I remember back to relationships I was in, I would get home with my girl, we'd have gone and done something and then next thing I know, I always remember I'm on my computer, I'm doing something.
Yeah.
And she's like waiting to watch a show together, watch a movie or make some popcorn.
Yeah.
And then
That's
after
how
a
it goes.
while, she's gone.
Yeah.
And I'm like just sitting there.
Yeah. I've been in a relationship now almost 4 years. And it's to your point, she was like, she respects it. You know, she knows how I am. She knows how I work. She respects it.
I can see how it would get frustrating
But
from the female point of view.
She was like, can you at least just start taking the weekends off and hanging out with me? And I was like, yeah, you got a point.
Bro,
I can do that.
Recently, I had to start like cutting off work at like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock for the West Coast. Because with this job, whatever you want to call it, there's no hours. It's not a 9 to 5.
No.
Things can pop up at 1 a.m. Things could pop up any day of the week and you don't know when or where it's coming from. So I kind of, for myself, had to set something up to where it's like after 6, it can wait till the fucking morning.
Yeah.
Unless it's an emergency.
Yeah.
But I had to put that limit on myself. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, you don't realize, you kind of just start to think, oh, I just have to work, but it's not really true. It's your own choice.
and then you wonder, why am I going fucking crazy? Oh, because I have too much shit on my plate and I'm trying to do too many things at once. And again, I would attribute that to sobriety.
Yeah.
But all you guys' stuff is very hands-on. It's like even all your merch, the way it looks, it's like, it all like, just like the fonts, it's all very specific to you guys' world.
Our merch available next week. You're saying 2 exclusive pieces.
Shameless.
Really? I
Yeah.
want those.
This is from the album.
I'll give you this one when I leave.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I got I got a shirt in the car too if you want.
Oh, I'll fuck. Yeah.
What size you wear?
Probably
Large or XL?
high M to XL.
Okay.
It's a high M.
Yeah.
A medium motherfucker.
This is a large.
It's a big medium.
So what the fuck's a big medium?
Kind of like a Toledo medium. Okay.
I heard a schmedium. I ain't never heard of a big medium.
A big medium.
I ain't never heard of a big
medium,
medium.
but never a
Let
medium.
me get them big mediums. Dude, I remember one time, bro, we used to make shirts before the Saints games, right? So it was like we would get them print. Oh, my sister had made love to some dude or whatever, and that shit fell apart, and he left in the settlement or whatever. She got like 350 black T-shirts, right?
Damn, what?
Yeah, like
What?
large ones. So let's just, double XLs. You know what I'm saying? Fucking those brother
That's how I rock
outfits.
it. Yeah.
Tall tees.
Yeah.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
That fucking,
The Scott Fountain Blue debut too.
Yeah, I still rock it like that.
Yeah, that fountain blue. It's like a
Yeah.
fountain blue homecoming dress.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's what it is. For men or women.
That's what she got in the settlement?
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
So she got 300 of them bitches. So, and she and I were living together off of Claver, and so we're like, damn, bro, we got to make some fucking money, you know? And so we got some Saints shirts printed up and like with the Saints shit on it, so it was illegal. We couldn't have it.
Bootleg.
Oh, yeah. So we're walking before the Saints games just with ice chests and shit. I quit comedy for about maybe 9 months, and we're walking and trying to sell them bitches. And some dude, angry dude, came up and tried to order a couple big mediums.
Big mediums.
That's what he said?
Yeah, we tried to help him, bro, but he wasn't willing to negotiate his perspective of a medium.
Right. Can I put an M in front of this L?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
he wanted to
March.
fucking, he was negotiating from a real unique
He
angle.
wanted
so
an X medium.
What a guy. I'd like to meet him.
my girlfriend would walk around. I know she was so not embarrassed. She was supportive, but she was like, "This dude's got to get a fucking job."
Sound like my dad, bro, when we were early on.
Yeah,
He's like, you running up my fucking AC bill. You running up at, oh yeah, dude. When this shit's gonna work, you need to go get a fucking job.
about music, you mean?
Yeah, this was
Because we were like
early on.
in the studio all the
So
time.
the studio we had was one of those, you know, them sheds you can buy at Home Depot and
Yeah.
like set up. It was
Especially
that.
this is like back in
The
2002.
brown with the plywood one styles.
This was like what's the fake plywood paneling or whatever?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Plastic
But
looking wood.
my mom did hair in there, and then she quit doing it. We turned it into a studio. So I was living there on the couch. We were working in there. He'd come up like 3-4 days out the week and sleep over
Everything
there.
before I Want to Die was made in there.
Yeah,
Everything.
yeah. Even some of I Want to Die was
Some of it, yeah.
Yeah, some of it was made in
Fucking
there.
King Tulip. and
That
shit.
place is legendary. But yeah, he was bitching at me, bro. He's like, bro, you gotta go get some fucking money, dude, because you running my shit up.
funny.
Or you got people eating my fucking pantry out and shit.
Oh yeah, bro.
I would
Moms would
sleep over
always
there.
say that.
Well,
You know how for coming from here, bro. They think of Hollywood. They're like, man, this fucking pipe. Like, go to the shipyard, bro. Get a job.
Get a real
you know
job.
what I'm
Yeah, go to
saying?
the shipyard. Yeah, go through. My mom used to always tell us to get a paper route or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, everybody goes missing in this neighborhood. But yeah, I'm trying to think of the jobs we would get, man.
I would just work in my dad's restaurant.
Oh, snowball stand, bro. How many
Snowball
families
stand.
in New Orleans have fallen apart
From a
over joint-owned snowball stand
I don't know,
dispute,
bro. Someone should look into that.
People down here take them things fucking seriously, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Depending on like the style of shaved ice it is, the quality of the syrup. People take that shit mad serious down here.
Yeah, like we get the syrup fresh from Italy. People saying all kind of bullshit or
Yeah.
whatever.
You'll have somebody out of state being like, "Oh, a snow cone," and people are like, it's a snowball." Like they get very defensive.
It's a snowball, bruh.
Yeah, bro.
It's a snowball.
My buddy
baby.
Thomas Macaluso used to go to Jesuit. You ever remember him?
That sounds so familiar.
He used to make fake IDs, and he was always selling.
That's
those.
a good
Macaluso is like a big New Orleans name. I think.
Yeah,
A lot of
his
people-
brother's a cop. Fucking T-Mac. He's the best, bro.
Damn,
And he had a snowball stand, and he opened up an Italian restaurant, bro. The total fucking, that's the Holy Trinity,
right
bro.
there for New
Yeah.
Orleans, a snowball stand. There you go.
That's
Snowball
it.
stand, an Italian restaurant.
Oh, yeah, bro.
that also does po' boys.
Oh, for sure, bro.
You know,
You can get a snow cone on French bread if you want, bro.
Yeah.
They'll do
Bro,
it
they,
like
they
that.
do pickle juice in the snowballs. Like that's a flavor.
they?
Yeah, they do. It's a West Bank thing.
Yeah.
They'll do pickle
Sounds
juice.
like it.
People do everything, dude. Bag shrimp on the side of the road, strawberries.
Bro, I can't tell you how many crawfish shells I see like just scattered.
I thought we were gonna do this
Chicken
do
bones.
this shit in the woods.
I know
Remember
you
how
were
we
talked about it. I thought about it.
It's too hot.
It'd be
bro.
so hot, bro.
and
We
the
would've-
sound
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
We'll have to catch it. But we got the streetcar going by. This is a.
Oh yeah, this is good.
We were in here last night for a couple hours. These guys were in here.
The vibes are right.
We wanted to make it nice for you guys, man.
Fuck yeah.
So this tour, where will you guys go? Like I know, like you guys would go abroad and stuff like that. But like, are there new places you add? Are there hot pockets? You said Russia was one of the places that.
One of the first.
Dude, that was one of the first places we ever went.
That's crazy.
2016.
From fucking Laplace to Russia, bro.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
We like brought my dad with us because
He was our DJ. He was our DJ, bro.
Not only that, but we didn't want to go to Russia dolo because we were worried about like customs and dude, we had no experience traveling.
If y'all show up in Russia, immediately I would put y'all, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh,
Two
bro.
of y'all make one Britney Griner.
It was
bro.
sketch, bro.
Well, I remember
It was sketch.
Two things. One, my dad ended up being the DJ, and it was funny because we had Scott's MacBook.
Didn't we do this
And I-
all for
and I
like
had a-
$1,000 too?
The Russian shit,
Yeah.
it was cheap. I think it was like something like that, $2,000 maybe.
Yeah. Anyway.
How'd you even find out they were your fans?
Somebody hit us up asking if he emailed us. He was a promoter in Russia, asking if we wanted to come over there and play a few shows because we had a fan base out there, and we said yeah, sure. And back then the experience was cool enough. We didn't care about the money. That was just a bonus. So we went to Russia, did Minsk, Belarus, St. Petersburg, and Moscow.
Yeah.
My dad's up there behind us. First of all, hottest fucking shows ever.
Yeah.
And my dad's on the MacBook, and we taught him like this means press the space bar to stop the song. If we do this, that means slowly turn
He
it
was so
down.
nervous,
It's
bro.
funny. He's sitting there with his glasses, like, and he was so nervous.
Was
dude,
he
and
in his,
I
he's
felt
in
bad.
his 50s?
He's in his 60s now.
He's,
Late 50s back then. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that'll age you 10 years standing there.
I could tell he was like nervous as fuck, and I felt bad.
Where was it where they rushed the stage?
That was
Bro.
Minsk.
Hey,
So we're in
look,
Minsk.
If they rush the stage, hit the space bar.
Last
You know what I'm
song,
saying?
last song, they literally the whole crowd runs
It was
up
Minsk.
on the stage. I look back, I see Uncle Pavlos, I see his dad just sitting there like surrounded by people. He's flipping the fuck out.
He's like,
the
turn
young-
it down or space bar.
Yeah, he was like,
you don't know which one.
It looked like he was floating, like they were carrying him. You know, it was-
That was the youngest show we've ever played. All those kids were like 12, 13.
yeah,
To this day, yeah.
yeah, it was wild.
Minsk was interesting.
I never even heard of Minsk.
It's just right
Yeah,
it's in
same.
Belarus, right outside Russia.
So
Dang.
just the fact that you're even saying that, to think that you could make something, right? That you could make something on the fucking West Bank, that you could make something in a parish, just in a small town, Louisiana, and then there's people in Minsk, Russia.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
It trips me
It
out.
honestly
bro.
is crazy.
It really does.
It's unreal, man.
And this year we went back to Australia and New Zealand. It's been like,
Europe.
oh, is that it? Holy shit, bro!
That's Russia.
Live in Minsk.
Holy shit!
1305, 16. Why they have 13 months there?
Yeah, holy shit! Yeah, what the? Oh no, they put their days before the month.
I remember after this show, this is what, Minsk? Or
Look at him! Look
Moscow?
at him! Look at
Minsk.
him! Look at him by the DJ.
Dad in the back.
Yeah. That's my dad fucking DJing.
Focused.
Damn, focused and
Focused.
fuck, bro.
DJ Uncle P.
He's like, down, space bar, down.
Oh, dude, he was a nervous wreck.
Oh,
Bro,
it's
he
like,
ain't moving. Look
of
at
course
he ain't moving.
bro. He got fucking.
He look like a statue.
Bro, it's like when you're driving with a foot on each pedal.
Yeah.
Dude, that is so funny that, bro,
Look
that's.
at this. Shout out Uncle P.
I think I fell off stage. No, that was Moscow. I fell off stage and this big ass Russian bodyguard, bald dude, fucking dead eyes, just the smoothest thing. My leg falls off. I fall off stage and he just like threw me back on stage. I was like, whoa, that was crazy.
It's wild over there. They'll have children playing with dolls that are made out of stone and shit.
Yeah.
Those kids are tough.
Yeah,
They're tough kids. It's a
different
tough
world,
people,
bro.
dude.
It's a different world.
It's a
over
harsh
there, dude.
country, you know.
Those kids
I respect Russians, bro. Those people, they get shit done, bro. They're nuts.
They drink vodka and eat what's that shit?
pussy.
Or, yeah,
Borscht,
borscht.
Oh, borscht? Is that what-
caviar. Some of the best sushis in Moscow.
Really?
Delicious.
I wouldn't say go out there. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I ain't
I
going
don't know
all the
about
way over there,
nowadays.
bro.
Yeah.
I might go to Metairie to get something.
Yeah.
I ain't going all the way
Yeah, go
over
to Mickey
there.
Moto or something.
What was the place y'all would go eat at and stuff? Did y'all ever, when your family would go out to eat when you were kids, was there a spot y'all family would go that was kind of a nice place?
No, Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut when you could sit down?
Yeah. When it was, you remember that? When it was like,
Buffet style.
it had that aura to it. You know what I'm saying? It
Nice,
had that
bro.
aesthetic.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Go in.
I don't think we really ever went out as a family when I was younger.
Yeah, we didn't either. Our biggest,
That one. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that was so nice. Now it's like a trap house for ragu, dude.
bro. Until this, I didn't see past Biloxi. Biloxi was like
Maybe Pensacola. Maybe.
Oh, dude, when I was growing up, bro, if somebody went
Every
to
summer.
Florida, bro,
oh yeah,
you thought they was the fucking richest
Yeah.
guy in the world.
That's like the yacht. Like,
yeah.
we're going to Pensacola.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
You'd see somebody had a t-shirt that said Florida on it. You'd be
Yeah.
like, this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah,
this
wow.
fucking
there's like
Republican.
a connection.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what you would think.
Yeah.
bro.
100%, bro.
Look at this
Look at this,
fucking
dude.
Republican
Yeah.
over here in
Fucking
Florida.
doing it.
There's a lot of Louisiana people in Florida. You know, it must
There
be
is.
the Gulf Coast. I don't know. It's just so close, but there's so many.
I won't say where,
Yeah.
but we're on the Panhandle, and it's a lot of Louisiana
I'm sure there's gonna be
transplants.
comments.
Well,
saying-
Louisiana was some of the first people outside of Florida to realize what a great spot Destin was too. Some brave people. I don't even know who it was. Like,
Bro, that place
Lewis-
was
Lewis and
barren
Clark.
in like the 80s.
Yeah.
No police, no roads, no nothing. And people lived out there. And let's say they bought a house back then for $30K. I mean, they're selling for like $10 million now. It's
that's
nuts.
crazy, bro.
That
Yeah.
place is hot right now.
We
Destin
could have
was-
bought one, bro.
Who?
Anybody.
I know, we should have.
Stupid.
Well, it's funny because you said about the Florida thing. I think it was like if your family from Louisiana goes to Florida for summer vacation, if you went to Pensacola, you guys were well off. But if you went to Destin,
Yeah.
oh shit,
You were damn royalty, bro.
might as well just
Yeah.
You
I don't
fucking
know. I
royalty.
didn't know people that went to Destin.
Yeah, your stepdad must have owned a Subway or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had a girl in the town in Covington. Yeah, her
Yeah.
stepdad owned a Subway, and they'd always go to Destin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your stepdad that owned a K&B or whatever.
Those motherfuckers, dude. I got a blowjob from Jared from Subway's sister one time in the
Nuh-uh.
quarter.
Shut
Yep.
the fuck up.
Was it fire?
Huh?
Was it fire?
Were you like 8?
I mean, I would say I was probably about 5.
No, because he's he's a pedo. You know,
Oh, yeah,
I don't know
I
if
see.
it ran in the family
No,
or what.
I mean, I had a pretty small wiener at the time, but I was young, you know. I
Yeah.
had that 4-inch round on me. They discontinued it.
Yeah.
Remember that
$5
bread?
foot long.
Yeah, remember that bread? They used to have that 4-inch round, bro. They got rid of that bitch.
Subway's always like trying new things and getting rid of them.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, Subway ridiculous.
Always.
Was that before the controversy with her brother?
That was, let me see, 2002?
are you 2002?
Damn,
That was
brother.
way before the controversy. Yeah.
2002 to 2006, somewhere in there.
That's like right when Jared first started like being Jared.
But yeah, was it fire?
I wouldn't say all of that. I don't remember that much of it. It was in the quarters late. It was indoors.
It was just something to do.
It was, it was just
it
kind of
toasted?
it was a crazy,
No.
it was toasted.
Did you get a drink and chips with it?
Bro, that would have been crazy, bro. I got a drink and chips with it.
some Miss Vicky's. Yeah.
Oh, the misfit. That salt and
That's a
vinegar.
Subway hack. You got to buy a bag of salt and vinegar Miss Vicky's and put it on the sandwich. That's
Yeah.
the hack.
I never done that.
Get a little
man.
crunch in there.
Trying to think if I got a good hack. I got nothing, man. I got nothing.
I can't believe you got blown by Jared's sister. That's insane.
That's
I cannot
fine.
wait.
Yeah, sorry to tell y'all that too. I just
No,
didn't
it's
know.
awesome.
Dude, I love it.
That's
I
crazy,
love it.
dude.
I forget about it, and then I'm in New Orleans.
Tell
and
me
I had
more.
to say it. Oh, dude, one time I went and saw High Fly Like Paper, Get High Like.
Oh,
MIA?
MIA?
Yeah, I went and saw her at.
She blew you too?
No, it would have probably been neat, but
Yeah.
I saw the guy from Step Brothers there at the concert.
John C. Reilly?
Yeah,
No, huh?
it was like 4 a.m. She finally went on.
That's crazy.
That was
Here?
cool. Yeah,
House of Blues or some shit?
yeah. It was just in
4
the it was over on a warehouse district. No,
Okay.
in Frenchman.
Okay.
Trying to think of another good show. Oh, the first show I ever went to was at Rendon Inn. I don't know if you guys remember. It was an old restaurant they used
do.
to have, and Marilyn Manson played there.
Damn. The 90s?
Yeah,
Late 90s?
yeah.
Something
And
like
we
that?
went to there, dude, and it was crazy.
The craziest New Orleans venue was like, I think it's called the Warehouse.
Yeah,
And all
On
like
River
all
Road?
the dads love talking about the Warehouse. They saw the Beatles and David Bowie and all this crazy shit. But that place
Never
closed
heard
down.
of it.
Oh yeah, my friend did a
It's too-
documentary
too
on
old
it.
for us.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
really?
Yeah, I
Wow.
think what's his name played the Riders on the Storm.
Jim Morrison.
I think he played his last show there. They said
Wow, that's
Damn.
pretty crazy.
my friend Jesse Williamson did a documentary called The Warehouse.
Yeah, they had a lot of artists go through there. That was like the spot, like back in the day. If you were
Where was that?
a
Was it in
teenager
New
in the
Orleans
70s,
or?
it was like a little outside, like by River Road, where like Uptown becomes Jefferson. Like,
Oh, okay.
That's where I think it was. Is that right?
I think so. There might have been
that up,
more
Nick.
into the Uptown area.
How's that
honest
Nick
with you.
treating you?
It's pretty good.
You like the flavor? They're hit and miss, bro. But it's
They hit and miss. Sometimes you don't know if vapes, if you buying them, if they getting them, if they remaking them bitches in the
Bootleg
back.
and shit.
bootlegging.
Yeah.
That's
Sometimes
why.
you'll smell like a dude. You'll just it's be like it's just like the guy's breath at the counter.
Yeah.
You're like this motherfucker that made
Yeah.
Australia was tough with the vapes.
Oh yeah.
The first time we went, 5 years ago when we went, they only had 1% nicotine. That was kind of a bitch.
Really?
Yeah, and then this last time,
I need that file.
all the ones that we bought were all these crazy flavors, and we're like coughing up all this shit. I'm like, bro, these vapes are not okay.
That's why I like these. Yeah.
Reliable.
These
Yeah.
are this is super light. I don't actually feel like out of commission or nothing. Like sometimes I feel too heavy. The early Escobars, bro, was too much. I was doing those on Rogan
Yeah,
one
like you
time.
get sick, bro.
Oh, I was falling apart.
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep, bro. I couldn't look at my mother.
Yeah, it was on
this shit's bad.
Chapatulas.
Yeah, this is a warehouse on Chapatula, so that's where it was. But yeah, that's my buddy Jesse made this documentary. It's so crazy you said that place. Yeah, where did you guys go watch some type of music? Like, was there some place, a venue that you guys went to when you were
never-
young? What was your first show
You
you
did
went
that
to?
way more than I did.
I mean, the first show I ever went to was when I was 9. My parents bought me NSYNC tickets. That was the first. It was like when I was a kid, but
Damn, you've changed. Then.
I've changed as far as like.
my first one was Britney Spears.
Really?
Oh my
Look at that.
bruh.
I think she's a Louisiana local.
Y'all changed, bro.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna say 100%. Y'all.
My
changed.
parents thought they snapped by getting me tickets to Britney. Me and my dad went. It was weird.
You
but-
and Senior went to
Yeah,
Britney
yeah.
Spears.
yeah, brother.
If you knew his dad, you'd be like, "What the fuck?"
I was like 8 years old. They thought
He
they
probably
snapped.
hated
man.
every second of that.
Yeah, they thought they
That's
snapped,
crazy.
and they did snap. They did.
I did go to like shows when I was a teenager, being in bands and stuff. I lived in Fat City, so they had Cypress Hall right down the street from the police station on Hesmer, and they had the Lions Home. They used to do shows at by the Burger King on Division and Metairie. They had a few. New Orleans was good with the all ages stuff. They had like places
Yes.
for teenagers to go. Me and my friends' bands would put on shows and play, and 100 kids would show up just to have something to do. And then they started after Katrina. A lot of those places closed down, and then it became like mostly bars and House of Blues. But there was a lot of. I was very involved in the music scene when I was younger down here.
The Hot Boy, yeah, when the Hot Boys were running around, there was so much going on, bro. New Orleans has always been a fun place, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Fun
I
place
was
to catch music.
more on the North Shore around that time, and
That's when me and you didn't really speak.
yeah, I
And
was
throughout
deep-
all of high school. I mean, he and I didn't hate each other or anything. We just growing up separately at that point.
Yeah.
Well, they had a band from the North Shore, 8 Candles or something. No,
They had one that got
12
really
Stones?
big.
12 Stones.
Yeah.
That's it.
They
The
had
dude
some-
used to like babysit Kyle or some shit, the singer or whatever, something like that, right?
Really?
Or you grew up next door to that guy from 12 Stones, the singer.
Yeah, nice guy. I went to high school. What's his name? Paul McCoy. Let's look him up.
Bro, I heard a story about that guy that he's on that song, the Evanescence song.
Yeah.
The Wake Me Up, that song. And I heard that they offered him a piece of the song, royalties, or like just flat out 10 grand, and he took the 10 grand.
Wow.
60 grand? Still, that song's made way more than 60 grand.
yeah.
But he bought a Lexus, bro.
He bought a Lexus.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Bruh.
He bought a PT Cruiser.
Dude, my boy Gabe Hall. See if you can look up Gabe Hall Cemetery on YouTube. It's Gabe Hall Cemetery rapper. I don't know if they'll show this shit.
He's still rapping now, or is this some old stuff?
This is some old shit, bro. Cemetery rapper.
Oh, you're gonna have to go deep for this.
Did you ever chill in the cemeteries, being from Louisiana, or no?
No.
Is that more of like a New Orleans thing?
I think
We
it
would
is,
go.
bro.
Sometime at Halloween, people would go do stuff over there. In our town, people would dig one up every now and then.
Really?
Yeah, this is him right here, bro. My boy Curly Q. He used to make these videos, bro.
Oh, let's go.
This is the real shit.
You love this. Wow.
This is my dog right here, bro. This the kind of shit that makes me want to fucking lay on my back with no shirt on, bro.
Oh, let's go.
With the Misfit shirt.
Wow.
He just sat on that mausoleum like nobody's
This
business.
is a,
Bro, he's sitting on some lady's chest, bro.
Dude.
I want his confidence. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
It's inspiring.
The arm movements.
Fucking right.
here comes his boy with the fucking dog.
Oh, he going crazy. What the fuck?
Where is this? Do you know?
He all
Yeah,
on
man.
people's graves, bro. He going crazy.
Bro, this
That's
Mandeville,
North Shore?
Louisiana, bro.
How you know this dude?
Why are
bro?
Louisiana people so not self-aware?
That dog got
Like,
repossessed.
at all.
That's what I'm saying. I wish I had his confidence.
Oh, me too, bro. Look how he did. Pull up the second one. He's got another one where he's on the front porch. It should be right next to it.
Look at him,
man.
that bro. This is hard.
Yeah, he fucking goes hard with it. Right there next to it. Gabe
How you
Hall,
know- how you know,
really cute.
dude?
Grew up with him, man. Dude
Oh,
was
no
a-
shit. So you knew this
Oh
dude.
yeah, he had a trap house. Fucking right. Let's go, bro. Come on. Every white person I know in Louisiana smokes cigarettes.
100%, bro. They'll smoke them through their nose,
Yeah.
bro. If their mouth is
It's
missing,
just part of the culture, bro.
they don't give a fuck, bro. If your mouth missing, people
Yeah.
fucking smoke them through their
Yeah.
nose, bro.
Yeah.
But dude, the best is his girlfriend's filming this and she keeps stepping on briars in the grass and yelling at him.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Stepping on what?
Like little briars that are in the grass, little sticks.
Little sticklers or whatever?
Anyway, that shout out to my boy Gay, man. That shit was
Shout out Curly
Yeah,
Q.
shout
funny.
out.
I never thought about that, but it's crazy to see the things
Shout
that
out.
people do to put their creativity out there.
I love it.
Everybody's got something, man.
That's
You
some
know.
Louisiana shit, bro. You're not gonna see that in any other state.
That's some Louisiana shit.
You ain't.
The
He's the
confidence,
best, man.
like,
Yeah, it's just
insane.
it's a different kind of swag right there, bro.
Yeah, Gabe's a G. What other? Was there anything else in the news we wanted to look at? I can't remember if anything else happened.
Have you ever seen the video of them testing the vapes in China?
Oh yeah. Yeah, but them Chinamen, bro, they got a different type of lungs, bro.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Good thing I still smoke.
Somebody gotta do
I'm
it.
glad I still
That's a-
smoke Juul pods. Fuck.
That's a Elf Bar
I'll
factory.
be honored to share their fucking DNA, brother. I don't care.
They hard working, bro.
Yeah.
Ooh, they hitting him a little too hard though. That dude,
That guy's
Going
hooked.
for it.
this little dude breastfeeding, bro.
Bro.
He like a damn hummingbird.
Why I say exposed on it? Like this is something bad.
Because they can't be doing that shit, bro.
bro, what are you talking about, man? This is fucking breastfeeding in Laplace, homie.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Suicide Boys, man. I'm so excited, bro. I'm so excited just to see. And I think you guys are just such a place of inspiration for people, you know, even just talking with you guys today to see you create your own world, you know, and that it doesn't have to be something that mainstream accepts or even sometimes even sees, whether they do see it or not, if you know, but they don't claim to. It's the same thing with podcasting, kind of like they
sure.
rarely
Yeah.
ever reference podcasts. It's like, but that's because they're not involved in it. It's not
Yeah.
their shit, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you guys just have such a loyal fan base. What are your fans like, do you think, man? Because that's one of the things that's so intriguing about you guys to me is y'all's fans are, it's just different, man.
We've actually we've developed relationships with some of our biggest ones and actually brought them in the fold. to like help us out
Yeah.
with certain stuff. I mean, dude,
There's this.
when they tell you, when they're like, dude, you saved my life. You did this, you did that. I mean,
It's hard to hear.
100%,
It's
bro.
hard to process.
Yeah, it wasn't my intention. But at the same time, and this might be more on like a spiritual recovery tip. Ever since getting sober, I feel like I have this responsibility to let these people know that have seen us at our worst, know that, because I never thought there was a way out. I really didn't. I was like, I'm fucked. This is it. It's just what it is. But to let them know that there is a way out. And if there's hope. Don't ever give up. Like if me and him can do it, bro, we can get drugs delivered on speed dial in the mailbox, bro. If me and him can do it, there's hope for them too. And we used to, when we could, after every show, we would take time out and meet with all the fans afterwards. We never like charging them for meet and greets and stuff like that. Like, oh, someone got more money than this person, so they get to meet us.
I know.
We didn't really like that. But now, unfortunately, it's gotten too big to where we can't do that.
It's harder sometimes. It's true. The venues won't let you stay. There's the things that happen. We try to meet in the lobby after shows.
And not only
But
that,
how do you look at it?
We've been doing this for a long time, and when we're on tour, bro, it's not like
hard.
It's work, dude. It's hard. It's you got to be on point every night. You know, any little thing you can do. If you smoke a blunt afterwards, it could fuck up your throat.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of stuff that you got to keep in mind. And sometimes, dude, you know, not every show is good, and not every day on tour is fun. There's times where like we might be going through it, and we have to take some time for ourselves. And sorry, like I know it sucks that we can't meet you this particular night, but you know I need to like kind of decompress a little bit. So
Yeah, you got to make sure the show's good for the next night. I mean, that's the most important thing.
It's the most
But it's true.
important.
Touring is hard. It's hectic.
Oh yeah,
And
dude.
yeah, people don't realize you want to be as good as you can be for the
every-
show you just did. Even
Right,
you
right.
know.
Yeah. But no, we love and care about them.
And even if some of them are still using you, there's no
No, but
No.
not at all. Because you
No.
know why? We get it.
right.
I get it, bro. Like I get it, dog.
And a lot of people can party and they can do it. Well.
I tell them that. Like
Right.
whenever I
you do.
talk to everybody at the end of the night, I feel like it's important to say that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if none of this applies to you, like keep doing what you're doing.
Fuck, if you can have a good time and do and
Right. Like my hat's off to you,
yeah,
bro.
God, you win.
Yeah, you got you got it,
fucking
dog.
win.
You got it. But you know, I don't know. That speech that started at the end, real quick. That started from me. We just got back to doing shows. We were at Lollapalooza right after COVID. I was feeling all self-pity and feeling bad for myself and all this. So I was given this sappy, like, poor pity me at the end of the show that we did at Lollapalooza, but it just somehow it turned into something else.
Inspirational speech.
Yeah, and into what it is. And
I mean, dude, one of the guys that works for us, he like helps us run our social media accounts, and he works with us on tour doing merch. You know, we met this kid as a fan. It's our boy Six.
yeah.
We met him as a fan because he created the at G59 Records Twitter. And this was so early that Scott and I hadn't even gotten around to making our own fucking Twitter
You know,
yet.
we had fans.
Yeah,
Like,
we had like a few thousand fans, whatever. But he was super in tune with underground music, and he knew about us and loved us. And we messaged him, being like, "Yo, can we have that account? Like, what? You know, it's our name." He's like, "Yeah, I was just making it so nobody else would. You can have it." And we're like, "Okay, cool." And then a few months later, we're actually going to do a little Texas tour, doing Houston, Dallas, a few shows,
And he's there.
and he's in Dallas. And he was like, "We're like, dude, come meet up with us, whatever." And he also could get us drugs,
Yeah.
get us some Percocets, some Xanax, some weed, whatever.
yeah.
Needed
And we
that.
met him, and we realized we like this kid, and we're like, you know what? You took the initiative. That's yours. And that's how he became the guy who like runs our social media is
Yeah.
through that.
Yeah.
And that was, you know, back in 2014, 2015.
Yeah.
And to answer your question, that was a fan who is now part of our team.
Yeah.
I lived with him for 2 years. Like he's like a family
Oh,
member. now.
damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, that's how I met Nick, one of our early producers. He emailed and just said, "Hey, man, I like the podcast and I think I can help." You know, that's how. There's this kid named Aiden. He showed up at a show in Buffalo, right, and shook my hand in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, I can be your photographer tonight." And I was like, all right, we don't have a photographer.
Yeah.
So come on in, bro. So fast forward, the show starts. I'm out there an hour later. I see this dude just walking up out the side of the stage, bro, with his cell phone.
Let's go.
What the fuck, dude? So the whole time, bro, he got fucking he's like laying on his back and shit on the floor. Just unbelievable, dude.
I respect the initiative.
Oh, he finessed me so much, man. But fast forward 2 years later, he's at the show with his family. He's got cameras now, and he's a real photographer.
No shit.
Hell yeah,
And
bro.
so it's just like,
Hey, at least he was fucking grinding with what he had. You know what I'm saying?
100%, bro. And he just kind of caught you at the right time. I was walking in, coming up the little tour bus, and it was just like, hey, what's up, man? I can be your photographer. And you kind of respect, sometimes things got to catch you in the right moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, somebody that can see your Twitter and see that you have a capability before you can even see it sometimes.
That's actually crazy,
man.
The equipment doesn't give you drive or talent.
Dude, all of our videos were
Shot with an iPhone, and I just edited it on Final Cut.
Yeah.
He was using GarageBand to make the beats,
A free program that comes with Mac.
I downloaded Photoshop. I illegally pirated Photoshop and cracked it. And the only languages available for Photoshop were Spanish and Hebrew. And I chose Spanish because I took Spanish in high school. So I learned Photoshop all in Spanish, just like figuring it the fuck out. So I didn't shell out all this money. I learned it myself because if you have the drive and you have the talent, the equipment does not matter.
We got gold and platinum records that were done on that free platform.
Yep.
That comes when you buy a Mac. That's the whole reason I bought it, was because it was free.
Dude, some of our biggest songs are royalty-free samples.
Yeah,
that anybody has access to.
Yeah.
Man. It really is, man. It's inspiring, dude. I feel so lucky to have gotten to do this today, man. I really
Same,
do.
dude.
Bro,
Same.
I'm glad that we met. I remember when you showed up at the. I hope I'm not. Yeah,
At
you're
the
pretty
12-step
open.
meeting.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was cool,
and
man.
when you showed up, and I know how that is, and I didn't.
was stoked.
I didn't want to go up to you. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what it's like to be in the meeting and like just kind of sacred.
But not be anonymous.
Well, I saw him.
yeah.
I was like, this guy's not doing well.
Yeah,
This dude. We lucky to have this dude with us. That's what I
so
remember
funny.
thinking.
so we didn't talk that night, and then when I left, I sent him a message on Instagram.
He called me. He's like, bro, it's in my fucking meeting. He was stoked. I was stoked too that he met you.
Yeah,
That's cool, man. Yeah, I think I met Cheddar first.
did you?
Yeah. I think I did. I don't remember how, but he's just been such a great guy to get to know, man. And yeah, dude, it's inspiring, man. I'm glad, you keep people alive, and I know you have, guys that you support in those rooms. And
It ain't me, bro. I wish I could take the credit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. It
dang,
ain't me.
bro. Yeah, I'm glad we got a higher power that's trying to help,
Yeah.
or that's helping us help ourselves.
Yeah.
From flooring to ceiling, bro. From flooring to who knows what heights, man. Thank you guys so much just for the inspiration, man. I think to so many young artists and people that if you're sitting somewhere thinking, can I do this, or how do I do this? I mean, these, it's unreal.
Just do it.
Yeah, it's unreal.
That's
man.
literally it. Just fucking do it. That's the advice I always give is, what did you do to get here? And
Persistence.
whatever. Persistence, consistency, fucking drive, dude. And just taking that first step is the biggest step.
Yeah.
Because you know what? You may think you
You're
want to
gonna
be a
fail.
fucking rapper or whatever, but you might actually go to do it and realize, I don't want to do this. This sucks.
Yeah.
And you're not going to know unless you take that first step.
Right. And then I'll lead you to the next thing. That's the
Exactly.
Yeah.
thing. You
Exactly.
might miss the next thing because you don't go to the first thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, bro.
And it's all timing. It's all a chess game. Just don't overthink it. Just do the damn thing, and everything will start to fall in place
Yeah.
at some point if it's supposed to.
Yeah.
The new album.
New World Depression,
World
June
Depression.
14th, baby.
Yeah. Drag him to
Yeah,
the river.
Excited.
Put your body in, check y'all.
Fuck yeah.
What was that song?
I can't.
Put your rope around the neck. He's a badass
Ash yellow boy. Oh,
Who
you
they
want
want
some?
some?
Oh man, who?
UNLV.
I'm from
UNLV,
that
yeah, I
and
couldn't
don't
think of
give
it.
a
I had-
fuck.
I had-
Where were they from?
Here, they're Uptown, I think.
Yeah.
Were they from here?
Yeah, they're from New Orleans for
Yeah.
sure.
We sampled them on the album.
It was
Drag 'em
Uptown
to the river.
Living Violently.
Y'all did?
Yeah, I can't wait. You're gonna love
Oh,
it. Yeah.
Bum.
Yeah.
Dude, that's exciting, man. Ruby Scrim, thank you guys so much, man. Best
Thanks
of
for
luck on
having us,
tour. And shout out Tyrell Shaw for this beautiful art, man, for letting us sit in the back here. That might be Louis Armstrong, man.
I don't know. It's a saxophone, so it might not be, but it's a jazz player.
Either way.
regardless.
Either way, he's got a studio right over here on, I think this is Chop Patula. On
Carondelet?
On Carondelet, yeah. So here we are. Suicide Boys. Thanks.
Oh yeah. Gang.
Sure.
Now I'm just floating on the breeze, and I feel I'm falling like these leaves. I must be cornerstone. Oh, but when I reach that ground, I'll share this peace of mind I found. I can feel it in my bones, but it's gonna take.
South in Louisiana and Baton Rouge. What are your New Year's resolutions? I'd love to know some of them. I'd love to know anything. If you have any questions you want answered, if you want to comment, anything that I can include in the next week's episode. But this is this past weekend, the first episode of 2017, January 1st of 2017. Welcome. Happy New Year to you guys. I had a wild one, man. I had a wild one. I was with family. I started off, I was in Louisiana for 11 days, running around. I was going to come back to LA about 4 or 5 days ago. A friend of mine was throwing a big New Year's Eve party. I was excited. But then I get a text from Amy Schumer. I'm name dropping, but that's who texted me. And she's a friend of mine, and she asked me to be on her New Year's Eve show in New Orleans. So at the Mahalia Jackson Theater, beautiful theater. So then I stayed around for an extra 4 or 5 days, and honestly, it was a great time. I had a wonderful time at home, spending time with family. You know, I got 5 nieces and nephews, so it was a blast, man. But I got sick, bud. I got fucking sick. Adult diarrhea, bruh. I'm going to just tell you exactly what happened to me. I got adult diarrhea. I don't know where it came from. I don't know what the culprit is. I've literally been picking my brain, trying to figure out, what did I eat? What did I ingest? I don't know. It was something, I think, at a La Madeleine. It might have been undercooked sausage. I was at this breakfast place. I was eating. I was in a hurry. And it infected me, dude. So I'm heading there. I'm heading home for the holiday. I'm heading to back to my family on Friday. I'm driving. I eat breakfast at this place. I get in the car. I'm leaving. And suddenly, I hate to tell you about it, but my ass, it felt like I had a pet waterfall in my ass. That's how I felt, man. I'm driving and it's raining outside, and suddenly my butt just like coughed up, diarrheas. My butt just coughed up diarrheas. And I'm in the car, and I got all my stuff packed. Nothing's, accessible. And so I lurch my body up out of the car seat, right? I'm in this little rental car. It's a Kia Sophia, which actually is the same name of this black girl that I used to go to school with when I was growing up. I wonder if it happened to her. But yeah, so I'm in this Kia Sophia, dude. I spray out, Daddy's spraying out, and I'm looking for a place to pull over. But it's got to be a place that's like secure enough, because I can't just get out of the vehicle at a gas station. Like there's no, like I need assistance, I need help. So I lurch my body up. So now I'm arching my body. I pull my pants over, my underpants still on, pull my pants down some. I don't know why I did that. Just I needed some separation in there in between the layers. And I drive, man, and I pull over at like a women's correctional facility outside of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And there's like a parking lot before you get to the facility. So I'm thinking I'm in the middle of, there's nothing around, it's a wide open kind of park area there. I'm thinking, oh, this will be fine. I can get out of the car. I can deal with myself. It's raining. I can, even wash myself in the rain if I have to. It's an unhappy start to the weekend. And so I'm out there. I take my pants off, get my underpants off, threw them. Honestly, I threw them. I don't know. I hope a bird didn't get them. I hope they are biodegradable. And they were MeUndies. They were actually a good pair of MeUndies. And I tossed them, dude. And then a security guy, security patrol, pulls up, right? Pouring rain. I'm out there. I got a towel. I picked a towel up out of one of my bags. Got a towel around my waist. And this guy pulls up, rolls down the window of this little truck. And he's like, what's going on here? I had a flashlight, right? It's daylight. It is raining, but you had a flashlight. What's going on here? Ma'am, what's going on here? Ma'am. You know, and I know I got kind of a mullet haircut going, but look, I mean, I know there's some tough women in Louisiana. It's a correctional facility. Actually, I understand the guy could have got me a little confused. And I just looked him square in the eyes, bro, like a confident owl. And I said, I shit myself. I shit myself, I said it. And he rolled up the window and left. That was it. Nothing. Nothing. No assistance. Oh, so anyway, this is this past weekend, man. That's how that started out. I've had like this virus all weekend going through my body. I can feel it kind of slowly migrating its way south. And it's just been a nightmare, dude. It's been a nightmare. But Happy New Year's, guys. Did you have a resolution? The most popular resolutions, they say, are to get healthy, to get organized. I'm reading a list right here off of NBC News, off the website. Live life to the fullest. Oh, try doing that with a stomach virus. Oh, I've been empty, man. I must have lost 9 pounds, bro. I mean, just clouding up toilets. It's been a rough time. Learn new hobbies. I might do that this year. I want to do some Spanish, huh? I still have dreams. Maybe I'll meet like a Spanish woman somewhere. You know, maybe I'm trapped in an elevator and es peligro. You know, that means it's dangerous. Es peligro. You know, and then I meet a woman and, you know, we have a little Spanish family. I could do that. I like tile. You know, I know if you get a Latino woman, they want tile in the kitchen. I could do that. What else? Spend less, save more. I want to do that. Travel. Read more. That's one of them as well. Read more. So those are the most popular New Year's resolutions. Get healthy, get organized, live life to the fullest, learn new hobbies, spend less, save more, read more. What is yours? Do you have a New Year's Eve resolution? Let me know what it is, man. Write it in. What gifts did I get? I got some socks. That's what I gave out this year. Everybody got socks in my family and friend circle. It was a very sexual year. Sexual harassment, guys, huh? Feeling up your feet. I got a gift card from my brother. That was nice. And one of those Visas, you know, do-it-yourself gift cards. And I got, what else did I get? I got some clearance rack athletic wear. You know, the stuff you get, somebody get you like a triple XL orange Under Armour hoodie, you know, or a triple XL green shoes. They're not even in regular shoe sizes. They're XL shoes. You know, stuff usually like a lot of brothers would wear, kind of, you know. Or old school brothers, you know. The OBs, man. Old school brothers would wear, you know, that just kind of reflective, like, oh, I'm a crossing guard, kind of, but I'm balling kind of attire. So, yeah, shit myself outside of a women's correctional facility. Oh, that was miserable, man. And the hits have just kept coming, man. It's just been, I've been babysitting my own ass for about 3 days now. I'm sipping some Theraflu right now. I'm hoping that whatever this is, it just, it leaves me alone. And I know that somebody else is going to catch this once it leaves my body, and I'm sorry. You know, I am sorry to be giving this back to the world, but I can't live like this anymore. It should be a crime. It should be a crime. If you get food poisoning or something, that should be a crime. You should be able to call the police. Look, I had some bad cabbage up at Larry's Salad Shack. I want to press charges. You know, bullying. Cops will do something for bullying, but somebody fucking, you know, laces you with some bad guacamole and you're on your own. Oh, there's just nothing worse, man. There's nothing worse than that food poisoning or something running through your body. So that was part of my weekend, man. That was. I mean, I've just really had this diarrhea. You know, there's a little Spanish for you. This diarrhea. Oh, me llamo diarrhea. No me gusta. El fuego para mi hace. There you go, huh? Putting the end to last year, man. Shutting down last year. I'm glad last year is over. A lot of celebrities dying there at the last minute, catching in that 2016. They wanted to be in that number. They wanted to be in that bubble. I can't remember. Carrie Fisher died. They got pissed at Steve Martin. He tweeted something about it. Fucking, how are you going to get pissed at Steve Martin? And here's the thing. Nobody's really pissed. 3 people on Twitter, 3 fucking Muppets on Twitter say something. The media makes it out to be a big story. My New Year's, what I want for this year is I want all these major media outlets to quit all the fucking bullshit, start reporting news again, and quit trying to divide people. Nothing is more divisive than today's media, man. Every article is so horrendous and, using Twitter as like a source and just, it's bullshit. It's bullshit, man. I mean, they got people scared of the Russians now. But you're scared of the Russians? The Russians couldn't get clean water to the Olympics. People were sipping out of dirty water fountains. And you think that, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? They're not doing shit, man. Anyway, if you still get your news from mainstream media, you're out of your mind. I think you are. You're out of your mind. Trust your heart. Trust your instincts. Look around. See what's going on. Because the media is a business, man, and it's a dirty, dirty business, dude. Or listen to a podcast. Listen to somebody you trust, Listen to their opinion. Because that's what's going on, man. Listen to what's going on in your area. Because obviously people have different perspectives these days, man. I mean, it's totally different. When I'm in one part of when I'm at home and when I'm out here in California, it's different. There's still, it was nice to be home. You see a lot of people. We went to church. We spent a lot of family time together. What do we do? I slept on the floor with my brother, so each morning the kids would wake me up. They're down there sneaking around and just hiding, waiting to jump on you the second you open your eyes. It was great, man. It was beautiful. It was good times. Good times. Yeah, so what else? We got, watch the Saints game. They suck. You got to get rid of Sean Payton. You can't let this guy continue to run this team. It's just these people are taking the money. Everybody's taking the money and running these days, And it's hard to stand up and just do things the right way, make things fair. It's hard to do. We just live in an era where that's not what's occurring. You got these big time players just taking all the money, and the teams don't have enough money for other players, and everybody wants to have an ego. It's tough, man. It's tough. So I did the New Year's Eve show with Amy Schumer. That was last night. It was awesome, man. I get there. I drove there. I had a fever. I mean, this diarrhea has just been, it was my date. That was my New Year's Eve date, dude. Was what? Just babysitting my own digestive tract. But I get there, man. It's great. It's a great setup. You roll into the theater and you got security, and then and they had food. So I'm sitting there having some jambalaya, some good home cooking, and then Amy shows up, and it was great to see her. She looked beautiful as always. So funny. I mean, I know people love Amy Schumer on stage, but it's hard for me to judge comedy on stage. I mean, but she is the funniest woman that I've ever been around. Just in a moment-to-moment basis. She's so quick, so smart. Anyway, so we're sitting there eating. Everybody's cracking jokes. Nikki Glazer was also on the bill. Rachel Feinstein, who are friends of Amy's, and Mark Norman, who's also from New Orleans. So it was great to just to be around everybody and bring in the new year with some just really funny people, and we just had a blast. Somebody yelled from the audience. Amy was talking about gun control, and somebody yelled, "Fuck you, bitch," from the audience. Which that's, people have their views on it. They don't want to hear politics from comedians. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. But anyway, that guy got escorted out. Amy handled it fine. She's just, at this point, she's tried and tested. But it was great, man. I had a great time on stage. And then afterwards, immediately when the show ended, Amy was out there with a wine bottle the whole time, and I think her crowd was just loving it. And immediately when the show ended, we all went out back, and everybody went over to Jennifer Coolidge's house. She's got a beautiful home in New Orleans. I've been there before, and I know I'm name dropping, but you know her from some of the American Pie movies. She's in Two Broke Girls. Very funny comedian, actress. Just a very funny person to be around. So we went over to her house, and it's just decadent. I mean, this house had slaves for sure. You can still hear, if you listen hard enough, you can hear some people doing yard work in the back. And I don't mean that in a racial sense. They could have been white slaves. They could have been Asian. They could have been Guatemalan. But it's just an old Victorian home. And it's beautiful. We sat down at this table. They got oysters, and they got booze, and they got everything that my system is just like my mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yeah. Actually, vice versa. My body was telling me no. My mind was telling me yes. So I had to monitor everything I put into my body. I had to kind of wait 5 minutes and see how this is going to go. Oh, it was so trying. We sat down to probably a 50 person dinner. The longest dinner table I ever been at, with beautiful candles. And there was a band, a 3-piece band. There were some tap dancers. It was decadent. It was beautiful. And we didn't sit down to dinner until 11:45 p.m. So we rang in the new year at a beautiful dinner, and I got to sit next to Kenny, Club Soda Kenny. That's what they call him. You can find him on Twitter at Club Soda Kenny, who is Amy's security guard, and also a security guard from Opie from Opie Radio. So that was great. I know him from there. So it was just great to see him in a different environment. So he and I just caught up and told stories. And it was just an awesome night, man. I had a great time. I left a little bit early because of El Diarrhea. Because my stomach was having a whole nother, it was El Dia de los Muertos in mi estomago. So I was just monitoring everything. Got back home. And just, violent night, dude. Woke up, ended up, I had adult diarrhea, man. I don't know what else to tell you. I had adult diarrhea. And that's what happened to me, man. That was a lot of my weekend. Let me drop you some dates coming up here. January 26th through 29th, I'll be at the Funny Bone in Virginia Beach. And February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, I'll be at the Improv in Schaumburg, Illinois. That's outside of Chicago. The Improv in Schaumburg, Illinois. That's outside of Chicago. And then I'll be at the Comedy Works in Denver South. And that is February 22nd through the 25th. And I thank my buddy Joey Diaz for getting me that beautiful gig. I'm drinking some Theraflu right now, man. That's how I'm feeling, dude. I want to put an end to last year, dude. I'm ready, dude. I am ready. What else, man? Spent some time with my brother. It was good. It was good. He and I, weren't close growing up. We come from a highly dysfunctional family. But we got to spend some time together, dude. It was great. We, just sit and talking and what did we do? We just being around each other and feeling what that vibe is like, and getting to be a younger brother for a little bit and ask him for advice and guidance and not think I know it all. Like, those are some things that those aren't New Year's resolutions, but things I'm certainly realizing more these days. That I don't know anything. My higher power's got a plan for me, and the more that I can let that take place, the better and easier my life is. But yeah, listening to my brother, he's a conduit of good ideas, and he knows me so well, and he was just really helpful, and it was just nice, man. It was nice to be. It was the most time my brother and I ever spent in a home together, without like extreme fighting or, like emotional unrest or anything like that. So I know that's a little bit cheesy, kind of, but not really, man. That's real stuff, and it was great, man. It was great to feel that and to know for the first time in my life I got that resource. I got that resource of an older brother. But even he could not cure the diarrhea that was attacking me, bro. I mean, my fucking butt. Oh, my butt has just been through quite a year. I mean, it was just spewing more shit than old Trumpsky. So I'm on some Theraflu right now. I'm on a couple of fucking, you hear those? That's melatonin gummies. I'm about to crack 2 of these. Daddy's gonna sleep forever. Man. So I did some, I sprayed out by a woman's correctional facility. Spent some time with my step family as well. I got a step family down there in Mandeville, Louisiana, and we had a wonderful time. Just blessed, man. Feeling blessed, dude. Don Lemon, they were hitting on him tonight on the news. You read this, Don Lemon, who actually it's rumored he just bought a place in the French Quarter right next to, in the same building as a place I have there. So, pretty cool. I invested in a rental property a while back, and Don Lemon might be my neighbor, bruh. Might see Donnie Don in the pool. But they're ripping on him on Yahoo or CBS because he got all liquored up on New Year's Eve. Really? In New Orleans, somebody got drunk? Fucking bullshit, man. What do you expect? I just hate how we live in this world where it's like, you do something that's natural, that's fucked up. Oh, you got drunk on New Year's Eve? Are you insane? Everything is like, there's no bullying, but everything is bullying. Every article is just, I just hate it, man. It's like I used to love to read the news, and now it's just like I don't know if it's news anymore. But I guess it's just I gotta think. I gotta decipher for myself. So we all gotta do that. Mariah Carey, did you see this? Oh, bro. Somebody put a hood over this Muppet. I can't. Are you kidding me? She's lip sync, gave up on the whole thing. If you haven't seen the video, you got to check it out. When I was working at Yahoo, I was a host over there for a while. We would cover Mariah all the time, lip syncing. It's just like, just be a lip syncer then. Don't be a singer anymore. She comes out, she lip syncs, she gives up, and she can't hit the notes. It really just was kind of like, look, we all know you lip sync. Just at least get out there and have fun, It's New Year's Eve. She made it about her. You can't do that when you're a performer. It's always about the crowd. We got to remember that as performers, You hear me, Mariah? That's advice for you. But yeah, man, I went through that diarrhea attack. I've had some bouts over the years, man. Nothing is... Actually, I had a bout one time up in Canada that just... I don't know what the exchange rate is on bad digestion, but this was a 2-for-1. And one time, I'll tell you this story. So about, I'd say a decade ago, I got asked to be in a celebrity fishing tournament at the Randy Moss Fishing Invitational. This might have been 12 years ago, when he was playing for the Minnesota Vikings. That's when Favre was throwing to him, I think. So I get asked to be at the celebrity fishing tournament. I go up there. Do I think of myself as a celebrity? No. I was probably a cocky youngster, but I didn't think of myself as a celebrity. But I did think, I get to be at this fishing tournament. This is going to be awesome. Lindsay Lohan actually was staying in the same hotel as me across the hall. I was on the penthouse floor. They set us up pretty sweet for this event. And she was staying right across the hall. And I remember sliding a note under her door saying if she wanted to, be friends or something or catch up or whatever, even though I didn't know her, that I was down. I should have dipped the note in gin and tonic first, eh? So, so we go so that night I go out. The night before the fishing rodeo, there's a party, I go out. And I'm up to like 4:30, just boozing and just hounding with all these, athletes and just living large, I'm at a fancy party. I'm in Minneapolis. Well, that's about 4:30. I didn't know that the fishing rodeo started at 7:30, right? I figured you could just kind of show up whenever and fish a little. I didn't know that they put you onto a boat with a professional angler and a bassman, a professional angler and an investor, somebody who paid to be on one of the boats. So the investors put up, $3,000 or whatever, $5,000, and then they're matched with a professional angler and with a celebrity. I mean, first of all, I feel bad for the guy that got me as a celebrity. There was some other great celebrities there. Roy Jones Jr. was there, I remember. Marshall Falk, I believe, was there. There was some cool celebrities, right? Travis Tritt. So I don't know what, whoever got me, I could crack a few jokes, but this time I didn't even bring jokes to the boat. So I get there. They come knock on my door at 7. Like, you got to be out on this thing because the boat leaves at 7:30. And you're out there the whole rodeo. It's like a 5-hour fishing rodeo. You don't come back until the buzzer sounds and you bring back, whatever you weight and fish you caught. You can keep 5 fish or whatever. So, dude, I get on this boat. I didn't know that. We take off. And then I realized the guy packed us a little lunch and stuff. And I'm like, what's going on? And a little while later, I'm like, I need to go to the restroom. And the guy's like, just pee off the back of the boat. And I'm thinking, dude, I can't, this ain't urine, brother. This ain't urine. And I got, dude, I had to go to the bathroom so bad that I couldn't fish anymore because every time I would get something on the line and tug on it, it would that tugging would jar my sphincter a little. It was making daddy's sphincter kind of key up a little bit, like a tenor, like a tenor musician, warming up his voice box, ooh, I could just feel and bro, I couldn't fish, and the guy's like, why, you got to help us. We're trying to make this weight. We're trying to catch these fish, and I don't want to tell a dude that look, brother, I'm gonna have to, toss a number 2 off the back of your battleship here. I don't know what to do. So finally, at one point, dude, I convinced a guy. Yeah, I told him. I was like, look, man, I got to go to the bathroom so bad. He's like, well, we can't go back to the dock. We're miles out here on the water. I mean, this is Minnesota, the land of a million lakes or whatever. Better. I can't believe it's not butter. What is it? Land O'Lakes. Land O'Lakes. So I ended up laying out off the back of the boat into the water, right? I had them kind of trawl the motor, so we're going, 6 miles an hour. And that way I was able to relieve myself into the water and have the foliage from my digestive tract be kind of carried down away from us. And that was it, man. And then, I kind of washed up in the water and got back into the vessel. But man, it took me probably 4 hours to even admit to them what was going on. So I was just sitting there sweating on this boat, just having to go, just so badly. That was a tough one. Man. So that was my other good, DIDS story. I'm trying to think. I mean, we all got them, everybody's got one. My buddy's mom the other day told me she had one. She started telling one. A lady. Kind of baffled me, blew my mind, but whatever, we all got them. We all got DIDS stories. You feel me, bro? You feel me, bro? Yeah, so that was pretty much this past weekend, dude. It was exciting. I'm still under the weather a little bit. I know I'm probably kind of sound a little whatevs, but I got this Theraflu in me. I'm excited about this week. We got a best of episode coming out on my Allegedly podcast with some great stories from last year. We're interviewing Adam Carolla here in the next week or so to be on that one. And I just had a great time at home, man. I hope your weekend was great. I'll check in a little bit better next time. I'll have a little bit more commentary. I'm still figuring this out, I'm still figuring out what I'm doing here, what we're talking about. Masturbation update, dude. I fell off I gave in to the M, bro. I gave in to the M. I was relaxing the other evening. This is before I got infected, whatever, the infliction inside of me, and before the devil got into my bowels, before my bowels started practicing the dark arts, and I got infected. This is before that. Man, I was just feeling really aroused one evening, and I think I was at about maybe 17 days or even more than that. Let me look on my counter. I actually have a masturbation counter that tells you how long you've been living clean, Let me see this. Yeah, and I fell apart, man. I fell apart at my own lust ideas and thoughts, bro. So I don't think that makes me a bad person or anything, but definitely, how had I done? I'd probably made it about 19 days. 19 days. But that was that, it happens. That's okay. Pornography. I'm 26 days clean on pornography. And I'm on a text thread yesterday. And a buddy just shoots a bunch of porno out there. Visuals of, different pornography. And so we got in a big argument. And he's, so we're kind of at odds right now. We're arguing about not watching pornography. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to see any of it. I just don't need it. I don't need it in my life, man. It kills your vibe. It kills your libido. But I like not masturbating, dude. I like staying off the old horn. I've been a horn player since I was probably, a young buck. I remember climbing up some bookshelves in my brother's closet and finding a bottle of peach liquor and some pornography booklets up there when I was young. And before that, we found some pornography booklets in the dirt when we was burying a dead animal. So so I've been exposed to it since I was young, and now I'm unexposing myself to it, and it feels good, bruh. I'm growing up. What can I say? I'm growing up. Anyway, man, this is this past weekend. You can always check out. I got a bunch of tour dates. I'm going to be launching them this week, letting everybody know. Next week, I'll let you guys know where I'm coming all year. As of now, we got some neat spots coming up, some new places I haven't been. I'm excited about that. You can go to theovon.com/store. You got some bruh shirts on there. If you want to get a bruh or lady bruh, you want to G out your lady, you can get them on there. I got a discount code BRUH, and that's 15% off. What else? I got my new album, man. We're cracking away. We got it all locked now. 30-pound bag of hamster bones. That's coming out soon. So I'm so excited, dude. It's going to be a great year. Stick with me. Let me know how I can make this podcast better, man. If you have any thoughts or any feelings or anything, I'm open to whatever. I'm open to ideas. I'm learning as I go. All right, man. God bless you guys. Have a great weekend. I'm Theo Von, and Happy New Year to you, man. Make a New Year's Eve for yourself. How about this one? Just treat yourself better. You're probably a decent person. Make some apologies. If you're waiting for an apology, start the conversation, man. I had to do a little bit of that this past weekend. I had to start the conversation. Sometimes you got to be the one. Sometimes it's not them. Sometimes it's you. And most of the time we always play a role in if something's going on. But stay focused, man. Stay open. Fucking keep your bowels clean, bro. There's something going on out there. I mean, they got a damn poltergeist. I had a real poltergeist in my ass. So I'm glad that's gone. God bless you guys, man.